MHJ is a full go. We've got Achane ready to rumble. We've got Malik Nabers back and ready to rumble. We have questions about Cooper Kupp. We've got a whole gauntlet of news to go over. The Fantasy Football Show, Friday edition. The Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. edition. That show, the Fantasy Football Show. The show that's here for you every single day at 8 p.m. Available to you after every single series of games, Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday morning slate, everything. That show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's Fantasy Football Show Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
We got tons of amazing news today. The only amazing news we're waiting on is Cooper Kupp being ready to rumble, but it looks a little bit iffy at this point. But we're definitely looking at MHJ, Achane, Nabers, Jordan Mason, all ready to rumble for week number 7. Let's break down each individual piece of news. Hit that thumb up button on the way in the door. Wipe thy feet at the door. And subscribe if you're new. We're at the verge of knocking at 30.8K. We have like probably 20 more subscribers. I can see you guys when you subscribe, so hit that subscribe button. I'll thank you as I see those roll in. And thank you, Will Snipe City, for dropping gifted memberships already. Appreciate you. Cardinals Marvin Harrison Jr. ditched the yellow non-contact jersey for a standard practice uniform on Friday and was a full participant. You can see the gentleman's mug right here. Look at this man. This man is doubted by many. And I get it. I get it. He hasn't performed to expectation yet. He's got concussed. Same thing with Nabers. Nabers is balling out, and then he misses a handful of games, and people start freaking out. I'm telling you right now, these two wide receivers, MHJ and Nabers, are top 5 wide receivers for the future. And everybody that's jumping off of the ship now, even as a rookie, like they think this rookie season won't end in a remarkable fashion, they forget that even Jamar Chase had a little bit of a lull, a certain part of the year where they weren't as ultra productive. And in a way, this could be a blessing in disguise because rookies always tend to hit a rookie wall unless they start off slow or have some sort of slow unveiling. And both MHJ and Malik Nabers have had kind of that, you could say stutter step. And that might prevent them from hitting some sort of rookie wall. Should I start Olave, says C-Mac. C-Mac. Hey, C-Mac, put him in all your lineups retroactively. Achane cleared the concussion protocol, is ready to rumble. Malik Nabers as well, ladies and gentlemen, is ready to rumble. Removed from the injury report, had the concussion that he cleared, then the groin injury on top of that, but he is now removed from the injury report, will be rocking and rolling in week number 7. So get him into your lineups. We've got James Cook removed from the injury report. Davis is now banged up. James Cook says, I'm not letting this man take my job. Davis looked too good. I'm off the injury report. I'm out there doing a full workload, whether I'm hampered or not. I'll even lie about it because he's probably not 100%, but he doesn't want this man, Davis, to take his job. Ray Davis looked fantastic. And if Ray Davis misses time, this is a blessing in disguise for James Cook because I'll tell you what, Ray Davis can't be kept off the field. If Cook gets his job back, balls out in this game against the Titans, there will be no question about whether it's his job to lose. Cooper Kupp, questionable for week 7. Some true, vague, cryptic messages coming from McVay, like there's a chance he could play this week. It was very expected that he would be back. He's still a very good buy low player for week number 7, even if he's missing this game. If you've got 4 wins, 5 wins, you could afford to go get this man. Go snag him. Grab him in a trade, buy him low. Him and Puka Nacua can help certain teams if they have certain win records and certain builds. It's not for everybody. taking on a Puka Nacua, missing multiple more games, is not the wisest of moves. Sheesh Coin dropping the $50 hauler. We probably need to help Sheesh Coin right away. You know, I almost think this is one of those you interrupt my situation. That's too long, Sheesh. Also, which 2 wide receivers of flex? I'll get to that. You'll be the first one I get to. Sheesh, appreciate you. In the news section, I don't let anybody interrupt the news section. The monologue, because that's just the way to keep this show organized. And so anybody dropping super chats, they know that, and I'll get to them in order in which they're received, starting with Sheesh Coin's $40 hauler, $50 hauler. So Cooper Kupp, 100% concerned about him playing this game, but I'm 100% all in on buying low. So know that. Go grab your Cooper Kupp shares while you still can. Anthony Richardson. Look, Anthony Richardson, you can rip on him all you want. You can act like he doesn't have a shot in hell of becoming a good NFL and fantasy football quarterback. But this is a little early on to be pulling the plug completely. And the team knows this. What good is it to throw Flacco out there and win some meaningless games? You know, if anything, if they're going to have a lesser chance of winning games, why wouldn't you want to have a worse record and a higher draft pick anyway? So if you can't win a Super Bowl, there's no sense in not getting him reps. And if anybody acts like this kid can't turn it around, they didn't watch Josh Allen have a remarkably bad rookie season from a passing perspective to the tune that AR5 is having right now. So Sheesh Coin dropping another $50 hauler just to let me know he'll wait. That's what you call a man on a mission right there.
To Mars.
Sheesh Coin to Mars. Sheesh Coin, let me escort you to the waiting room on Mars for our $50 hauler. Actually, Saturn.
To Saturn.
Why don't you take a seat here in Saturn? We'll come to you in a second. Appreciate you, Sheesh, for dropping the two $50 wads. Okay, so I'm just going to say this one time. If he's available and you need a backup quarterback, grab him. If you're in a super flex league, trade for him on the dirt cheap. If you're in a super flex league and he gets dropped, you go get him. Obviously, he's starting this week. Probably would be available on waivers. But let me just tell you this right now. If you're writing him off already, I'm not saying to start him. I'm not saying he's unbelievable. I'm not saying he's somebody that is a guaranteed lock to be a fantasy football monster of the future. But I'm going to tell you this. Everybody had the same doubts about Josh Allen, but your boy Smitty. I came out before this man, Josh Allen, took a single snap, and I said he'd be a top 1 to 5 quarterback. Not top 5, top 1 to 5 quarterback in the National Football League as a passer, and a top 1 to 5 quarterback in terms of fantasy football. And it was not something that people fully, and look at see that says you're not raining on my parade. Let me throw a $50 hauler cheerleader celebration, which on my screen only shows me the description, which says fan character jumping in the air in front of a big red heart with the pom-pom in their hands. I see 2 pom-poms, 1 in each hand. Absolutely appreciate your $50 celebration of Sheesh Coin's 2 $50 celebrations. This is like a $50 hauler ball and bash. Appreciate you. So pick up AR5 and root for him this week. Let's root for AR5 to return to some sort of remnants of the player that he could have become this year, our expectation of what he could have become. He's still a remarkable running quarterback. He needs to learn how to slide and take a hit, but this is a kid with a cannon that has no control over the cannon yet. And so everybody needs to calm down in terms of running away from him and acting like he has zero shot at becoming a good quarterback in the National Football League. This is another report from Adam Schefter, who said Malik Nabers, he has missed the last 2 weeks due to a concussion, is also listed with this week with a groin injury, is officially off the injury report, and good for Sunday against the Eagles. So get him in your lineup. This guy, Nick Chubb, I know it's exciting to see this image and to see his name on a jersey and to see the people, calling for his return, but let's keep in mind how tough of a road this is for him to come back. He's not 100%. And nor could he be. And there's a real strong shot that he just gets hurt again if he pushes it. So have slow, medium expectations for this kid. Kevin Stefanski said that despite Chubb's questionable tag for Sunday's game against the Bengals, the Cleveland Browns running back is expected to play for the first time since he suffered last season's absolutely near career-ending knee injury, an injury that would have ended a lot of people's careers. And he had 2 of these, one in college, which he recovered from and had a remarkable career. But at 28 years old, Ziggy, how old is Nick Chubb? Ziggy, volume 10. Let's start there. Ziggy, how old is Nick Chubb?
Nick Chubb is 28 years old and was born on December 27th.
December. So he turns 29 here in a couple months. That's hard enough for a running back that's endured the workload that he's endured. On top of that, you give him the most brutal knee injury known to man. An injury that only he has had also at a different time. And you take his knee, and not only when you tear your ACL, and here's your ACL in your knee, okay? And let's use Breece Hall as an example. Breece Hall, when he tore his ACL, helmet hit the side of his knee, and his knee probably went like this. Just a little pitter patter. Just a little pitter patter on the knee, and it snapped the knee because that's a taut ligament. It's not. You could play music on that very taut and tight ACL that's in there. It's not there to mess around and go left or right. It's there to keep the knee joint tight. And whereas the LCL on the side, and let's use the actual knee model, which will be helpful. LCL, MCL. These knee ligaments, they'll allow you some give, right? You're going to tear them to a 1 degree tear, a 2 degree tear, a 3 degree tear, and you rarely ever snap the LCL and the MCL, these 2 side ligaments. You just don't snap them. It's not something that happens. If you do that, you're in some serious trouble. Nick Chubb's knee went all the way to the side, complete right angle, tearing ligaments. That is not something you do very easily, okay? You tear the ACL, the LCL is very hard to tear. The ACL and the PCL, those snap really, really quickly like rubber bands. This is a mangled knee. We have to temper our expectations for Nick Chubb. I'm excited for him. I'm rooting for him. But people that think he's going to come out and because he squatted 600 pounds and take 20 carries right from the jump, it's madness. Let's root for him. He rushes it. He's going to be in some trouble. Jonathan Taylor, high ankle, out. Anthony Richardson will start as already described. So the 2 downers today, JT out, buy low though. It's a great buy low opportunity because people are going to be freaking out about this kid. They'll be freaking out about him. They won't want anything to do with him right now. Anybody that has JT, okay, if you have JT, you are freaking out. You probably have, I would guess what? Maybe 3 wins if you're lucky. Maybe 4 wins if you're in an 8-man league or a 7-man league or a 6-man league. If you're in a 12-man league and you got JT, you're lucky if you've got 3 wins. The people that have the opportunity to trade him will take advantage of that opportunity. They need to take advantage of that opportunity. Same thing with Kamara dropping another bad game. I bet you anybody with Achane, anybody with Jahmyr Gibbs, anybody with Taylor or Kamara is probably a 3-win team, and there's a high likelihood of it anyway. They're very vulnerable to trade right now. Very vulnerable to trade. So buy JT on the cheap, especially if you are in a good position to wait it out. This is the news on Amari Cooper will make his debut for the Bills this Sunday versus the Titans per Schultz report. But this is wild to me because it's like when asked about it, hey, is Cooper going to play? McDermott's like, all right, we'll see. Whereas you see Adams get traded to the Jets and they're like, he's already on the field. He's already in Aaron Rodgers' office. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's got the corner window where the head coach usually goes because Aaron Rodgers is pretty much, in charge. Not anymore because Brick's in the house. Brick is taking control. Brick doesn't take shit from anybody. And I like this coach. I love the way Brick is handling things. And the Brickmeister is got this offense turned around. But Aaron Rodgers, Adams, there is no question about this connection being off the rip in week 7 effective and saturated. This constant overusage. Let's get the football to Devontae Adams. Whereas you've got the Bills slow rolling everything with their receiving and pass catching situations. It's wild to me, but they're winning. Josh Allen's a phenom. He's selfish in terms of distributing the ball, but I don't care if he's scoring a bunch of points and he's the best value asset on that team anyway. Jauan, 19 catch. Jennings, look, I know he had an explosion game and everybody's like, oh, Smitty, you're always talking smack about Jauan Jennings. He looked amazing. He's now a superstar. And then we never saw him do it again, a one-week wonder type of situation. Won't play week 7. He's being dropped everywhere. Probably one of the most dropped players this week. And guess what? Guess who's back? Back again. Ricky Pearsall's back. Tell a friend. Ricky is going to show his stuff this week. His speed, his route running, his precision. And I think, he's going to have a strong case to be made to be utilized a lot in this offense, even though there are a lot of mouths to feed. The only thing with Ricky Pearsall, he's going to be hard to trust from week to week because 1 week he'll do really well, 1 week he won't. There's too many mouths to feed unless an injury happens to Debo or to Brandon Ayuk. If one of those guys goes down, Ricky then steps up and maybe Jennings comes back into the picture. But Jennings is not somebody you can trust on any level right now. Debo Samuel wrist was removed from the injury report and will play week 7. Hallelujah. Debo Samuel back in the saddle. And he is a top 5 to 10 wide receiver anytime he's on the field. Jordan Mason, tough matchup against the Chiefs' run defense. I'll tell you that right now. This defense allows like 52, 54, something along those lines. 52 to 54 rushing yards per game. This is a tough matchup. But let me tell you something. Jordan Mason runs like a madman, like an absolute force, a menace. And there's a strong chance that the Niners try to run the ball as best they can to try and open up the pass because they're going to shut down the run. They're going to try to shut down the run anyway. And if this team, the Niners, wants to beat their absolute, nightmare matchup and rival, the Kansas City Chiefs, who reportedly put Shanahan in PTSD mode, is the current going report right now, that they've got to figure out a way to outmaneuver and outwork this KC Chief defense because this defense is tough. This defense is so good that if Mahomes does light it up and throw the football, which I think he'll do coming off the bye, this could get out of hand very quickly. But the Niners are easily a top 4 team in the National Football League from a talent perspective. It's just, can they put it all together? They've been hit with injuries left and right. Shanahan loses games constantly, loses leads. He's a mess. He's a great offensive coordinator. He's one of the best offensive minds in the game. But as a head coach, I continue to say this year after year after year. This man loses games. He doesn't know how to handle offseason personnel decisions. And there's a lot of question marks, in my opinion, about Shanahan every single year. And whenever they start winning, everybody comes back and says, oh, are you questioning Shanahan now? Then we come back, and then a year or half a year later, we're back in the same boat where the entire fan base is calling for Shanahan's head. Or they're saying Shanahan should be on the hot seat. It happens all the time. Then the Niners start playing well, and they bail him out, and then people come back and say, oh, you still worried about Shanahan, huh? We do this song and dance every year, 4 or 5 times. It goes like this, it goes like that, it goes like this, it goes like that. Because this team's so good. The team is so good, they bail this man out. So Mason needs to be started. This guy is a top, I got this stat here somewhere. Jordan Mason, I think it's right here. Jordan Mason, you can't sit him. It doesn't matter if it's a tough matchup. He's second in rushing yards. He's second in attempts. He's second in 20-plus yards. And I spent a lot of time on this clip right here, so we need to play him.
Well, no going back now. You sure you want to do this, Kyle? Yeah. We have to. Let's go. Start the procedure. Masonites assemble.
It's not the easiest play, but you can't sit him. Like, if you can't find a place for Mason to be in your flex spot, then you're in an 8-man league or a grandma league, and then I'll get behind having this conversation. But Mason needs to be started. He's got to overtake your flex play, or you're just in a grandma league, which is fine, and that's okay. We can have that conversation. We got Mixon. Mixon is removed from the injury report. Will play week 7. This is a well-playing player right now. He's been injured. This is part of the problem. After week 1, it was like, oh crap, maybe this guy. Oh, then he gets hurt. Then he misses a handful of games. Kind of par for the course of what we expect. But when he's on the field, he's absolutely remarkable, especially in this offense. They know how to use him. They use him well. He runs hard. So Joe Mixon's a top 10 running back. Anytime he's on the field, it's just a matter of will he stay healthy. He's had a heavier workload than almost anybody but Christian McCaffrey. And so there's concerns about him holding up. But past that, if he plays, he's amazing. Josh Downs, questionable for week 7. Of course, he's questionable. Of course, Pittman's questionable. Why would AR5 get any sort of solid hand dealt to him on his return? Tucker Kraft, removed from the injury report. Get him in your lineups. He's a fantastic tight end moving forward. As I mentioned, Pittman questionable for week 7 with the back. He did play last week and caught a touchdown, so that's good. Remarkable that Watson's removed from the injury report. It was like not about a week and a half ago we thought this guy's going to miss 4, 5, 6 weeks or longer. Card on the cart, everything. He comes back the next game, scores a touchdown. Removed from the injury report. Good add right now in fantasy if you can add him. Jaden Reed, removed from the injury report, will play week 7 against the Texans. Expect Reed to have 100 total yards and a touchdown. That's my expectation anyway. That is my expectation. Brian Robinson Jr. questionable for week 7. Eck becomes a good play. If you got Eckler, get him in your lineup. This is bad news for anybody that's got Dallas Goedert ruled out for week 7. You got to find an alternative option. Najee Harris, removed from the injury report, will play week 7. He played pretty hard last week, so it's hard to say, to sell him high, but I would. I still would. I'd sell him high. I'd literally sell him as high as I could and get out of this, because the odds of him continuing to play well all year feel like, I don't know, you're playing with the house's money right now. Even if you sell him high and he continues, you're getting something effective and solid, so why not just do it? Evan Ingram, hamstring removed from the injury report. This is going to be curious how a healthy Ingram and a healthy BT affect each other, because we haven't really seen both of them fully, lighting it up together. And last week Ingram went off and BT had a bad game. It's a tough situation to predict. I just know I'm not giving up on BT like other people. After 1 week, he was a top 7 to 10 wide receiver to everybody and their mother. Hit that thumb up button. We got 700 people in here and 100 thumbs up. Wipe your feet, please. It helps the channel. What are we doing? Hamstring removed from injury report. So Ingram's a top 6 tight end moving forward. Some would say a lot higher, and that there's definitely an argument to be made there. ETN questionable. Bigsby will get a lot of run in this game no matter what, but ETN is not going away. But maybe he gets replaced. It's hard to say. ETN said to not have lost his job by his head coach going into last week. We'll see if he changes his mind now. Devontae Adams' hamstring was, somehow the doctors got to work on Devontae Adams. They figured out how to cure his hamstring overnight. They put pen to paper, traded this man, and his hamstring, remarkable. The hamstring injury just went away. It dissolved overnight. We've never seen a hamstring cure this quickly. They're going to do studies on this hamstring. They're going to look at this. There's going to be books written about how quickly his hamstring healed and what caused it. Ray Davis, questionable for week number 7. I talked about that. That's good for James Cook owners. James Cook removed from the injury report, as I mentioned. So get that guy back in your lineup. James Cook's going to probably have one of those big bounce back days. And as I mentioned already, Cooper Kupp questionable for week 7. Cryptic messages coming out of McVay. Let's hit these super chats. We'll open phone lines. We'll do it live. We got this guy here, Chew, with the $20 hauler. Appreciate you, my man. You'll get immediate attention. I got to go find my $50 haulers. We got See That dropping that $50 sticker. We'll put that right here and let's celebrate his name. What a monster. We've got Sheesh Coin with the $50 super chat. And he says, no, thank you. No rush. Just let me know he's waiting in the waiting room. Appreciate you with the $50 waiting hauler. Sheesh Coin's original $50 hauler will get immediate attention. Appreciate that. We've got, let's see here. We've got another $50 hauler from Salty Chopper, or $20 hauler. That will put us, I think, flush on the 50s and 20s, and then I'll go back through in order in which they're received. Okay, so according to Sheesh Coin, he's in a 12-man league, 0.5 PPR, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 and 5. Please help with my team. Kirk, Gino, Adams, Mooney, Worthy, JSN, Kyron, Jacobs, Moss and Chase, Tracy, Bowers. What can I do? Also, which 2 wide receivers and flex would you play this week? So if you don't make any sort of move, I would say the wide receivers I'm playing out of these guys would be Adams and Worthy. And then your flex play, you're playing Kyron, and you're probably playing Jacobs. And I guess I would play, you could play Tracy and Chase, as your running back 2 and flex, but I think I'd go Chase Brown for sure. And, it's probably between Jacobs and Tracy. Guys, can we vote in the chat for Sheesh Coin? Jacobs, Tracy, Jacobs. Please vote. Which player are you starting this week? Tracy or Jacobs in the flex spot? As for moves for this team, it's tough, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. You spent a $50 hauler. I'm going to give you the correct diagnosis here. This is a tough team to imagine winning the league right now. I imagine you got hit with some injuries that you didn't even list, but it looks like tough sledding. While I don't want you to trade Jacobs away. Sorry, Jacobs. Don't trade Jacobs. I don't want you to trade Kyron away. You almost have to look for a 2-for-1. It's the only thing I can envision making this team level up or get in the competitive space, at least with the rest of the teams in the league. So you're going to have to get creative and go after a Tyreek Hill on the cheap, go after an MHJ on the cheap, go after a wide receiver of that magnitude. Cooper Kupp, who's out. It sucks. You're 1 and 5. That's a harder pill to swallow. But if you get an additional piece that can replace Kyron even at a lesser degree, so you got Cooper Kupp and then you get that RB, it makes it worth doing still for you, especially with Cooper Kupp having the bye week out of the way. Trading away Kyron for Achane, who's got the bye week out of the way, and a receiver. Trading for, Kyron for even Nabers in some circles with the running back might work. Some people value Nabers higher, and you won't be able to pull that off. The buy low running backs right here. JT, again, he's missing a game, but if you get a player to also replace Kyron, then it's worth the wait on Taylor. Buying Kamara off the bad game, not the worst idea. Kyron for Gibbs, and you get that MHJ, that additional receiver. You do that, and you're back in the mix. You don't do that, I don't think you're going to win the league. I'm just trying to hit you straight with it so you can fix it. Hit the Smitty big money parlay last weekend. Thanks, brother. He's talking about the 5 out of 5 that we got on the live show, the morning show. Every morning show, Sunday morning, we drop the picks, the underdog pick'ems. And if you guys want to participate in that, make sure you hit the link. Underdog will match your deposit up to $1,000, 50% match. Here's the link right here to play Underdog. Underdog is such a phenomenal way to play fantasy football, and they'll match your first deposit up to 50%, all the way to $1,000. So $2,000 first deposit, you get $1,000. You do the minimum of $10, they give you $5. And we did a 5-player higher contest, and we smashed all 5 of them. I had it was like $600-700 win off of like a very, very minuscule amount. I want to say I put down like $30 or something like that, or 40. No, 100. I think I put 100 to win like 650 or 7 or something like that. We'll do it again this Sunday morning, if not Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. What are the picks for this week? Last week, Henry, Monty, Gibbs, Dell over, Brees over. It was crazy, bro. I'll let you know. We'll do something maybe Friday, Saturday, but definitely Sunday morning. Whatever I narrow down to be the big ones, we'll hit those, pal. And I appreciate you dropping that. Salty Chopper with a $20 hauler, my boy Salty. Traded Ford for Dell last week, smash, and took the 18 points, and then just traded Dell straight up for Tyreek, smash again. Even though I love Dell, that is an absolute smash. Fantastic job. See that? Appreciate that $50 hauler again. You're the man, the myth, the legend. I appreciate you. All right, let's hit these super chats in order in which they were received. Drop Fields for Leggett. I would probably say if it's a 1 QB league, absolutely. But there might even be better ads to go get. Make sure you're staying on top of the waiver wire board. Pause this if you need it and attack that in accordance to what you need. But if it's a super flex league, I'm probably hanging on to Fields because I do predict that we're probably going to see Russ lose his job very quickly. Trade Mason for JMO and redraft. I don't hate this if you needed a wide receiver very badly. I do believe JMO will be this good, but I think it's kind of a reckless move if it leaves you even remotely thin at RB. I think Mason's still got a lot of points to score, but I would probably reach a little higher than that. Like if we're going MHJ, we're going with a Tyreek Hill. Obviously, even if we give up a little bit to get Tyreek Hill for Mason, it makes more sense to me and it saves you. I think it maybe helps you win a league. Smitty to Mars. We trading away Gibbs, Reed, and Mostert for Lamb, Brian Robinson, and Bucky. I would probably say no. I'd rather have Gibbs and Reed. Gibbs and Reed is fantastic, bro. I love lamb chops, but Reed is like not that far off him, and you have Gibbs here on the other side of this. There's no way I'm doing that trade at all. I love trading for Lamb, bro, not using Gibbs. Dynasty, half PPR, Grendo or Pop Douglas. Look, you don't know what Grendo is going to hold dynasty-wise, but who the hell is going to want Pop Douglas 2.5 years from now? No thanks. Garrett Wilson or Achane. Give me Achane all day long and twice on Sundays, 3 times on Mondays, even more times on Tuesdays. Got to offer Lamar for Stroud and Hunt. I'd rather have Stroud and Hunt, to be honest with you. I love Lamar, but I feel like you could use, if you're trading right, that Hunt value for something else, another upgrade somewhere. I think Stroud's going to be a fantastic quarterback down the stretch. I think Lamar Jackson is playing amazing football, but I do think that Stroud will be, especially when Collins comes back, as he's learning to play with Nico again, or I'm sorry, Tank Dell again. It's like breaking your right arm. Nico goes out, you break your right arm, you play 4 weeks without him, you learn to reconnect with Dell, your left arm connection, and now when Collins comes back, you have both arms. You're absolutely crushing it. I think Stroud is going to be very remarkable down the stretch. However, you got Gibbs and Kyron as your RBs, Reed and Dell. I could see you trying to say, you know what, I don't need the RB help. But what if you could turn Hunt and something into another wide receiver? What if you could turn Hunt and another player into Tyreek Hill? I'd rather have Stroud and Tyreek Hill. So my end game here isn't that I'm going to necessarily sit on Hunt and Stroud. I'm trying to use Hunt to get that wide receiver upgrade so that at the end of the day, but my sum total of everything is I'm crushing it by keeping that Hunt side than trading Hunt. Sermon or Douglas in the flex? Probably say Sermon. With the potential volume that he's likely to get. This one right here, Dell or Achane in the flex. We're not sitting Achane. I don't know where that even came from. Have JJ and AJB at wide receiver and Kyron and Barkley at running back. Then unfortunately Dell's on your bench this week, Racing Boy. I mean, it's not a crazy question, but there's no way I'm sitting Achane. He's healthy. He's in the lineup. He's ready to go. Mostert's back. Hill's going to do something this week, I feel. Can you rank Monty, Mason, Tony Pollard, Bigsby this week? I'd probably say give me Monty for safety, Mason second, Tony Pollard, then Bigsby are kind of tied in that last spot, but you could go either way. But I know Mason's matchup is tough, but I think they still will run the ball well enough. And I think he gets in the end zone. Maybe he has 70 yards and a touch, but hey, Smitty, 12-man, 0.5 PPR, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Allen, Kyron, Hall, AJB, likely bench, Hopkins, Garendo. Sell Adams, Pittman, and C-Mac for Bijan and Dowdle. I would probably say no on this. I would say it's hard not to go get Bijan right now at that price. But at the same time, like, Adams is just about to get going, and I think they're going to use him a lot. Pittman's decent, but not a big difference maker here. And C-Mac coming back, while I'm not expecting the world, part of me wonders if you could trade, like, I mean, C-Mac and another piece, not Adams, for Bijan. I don't know that you have to get rid of Adams here. I think Adams for Bijan is kind of arguable at Bijan's current value. I know he scored 2 touchdowns last week, but I can pretty much assure you that anybody that owns him still shopping him because they're a little bit afraid that was the kind of bump they needed to get some value back in a trade. And I still have to do my how to sell Bijan video. I think I need to do that tonight. Not that you need to, but just that if you want to, or reasons why you would or reasons why you wouldn't, because selling Bijan isn't some universal trade concept that has to be deployed by everybody that owns them. Or buying Bijan. Buying Bijan is a smart, move in the current market space. So I would say I'd probably try and get more for C-Mac in a different trade, or go get Mason and then have C-Mac and Mason skyward. I just don't know that I feel like that's the right move. It's not bad. It's not horrible. Chad, if you'd rather have Bijan, let him know. Just traded Bucky Irving, Tracy Jr., and Watson for Devontae Smith. Love that move. That move was fantastic. I like it a lot. I like it exactly where you're at now. London, Lamb, Adams, Collins. If you can start all those guys, then I love it. But now if you have a surplus of wide receivers, I certainly look to try and get Gibbs or Achane or Kyron on. Kyron's not going to be cheap, but Gibbs and Achane might be using one of these wide receivers. But I love your receivers. If you can start them all, I just hold them. But I don't know how many flex spots you have. But that's a fantastic job. I have Hurts. I was offered CD for my Reed and Burrow. I'd take that in a millisecond. I wouldn't even look back. Also offered London for my Reed and Burrow. I'd rather have CD Lamb. That's crazy, bro. And the fact that you have Hurts, not a problem. Which you take, the CD Lamb. I don't care if they feel broken. They're still going to throw the ball a ton, and that's not going to change anything. Bad teams throw the ball a lot. PPR, Kupp plus Achane or Chase plus Worthy plus Pacheco. I would rather have Kupp and Achane. I know Kupp's probably trending toward not playing this week. He still could. But give me Achane. Achane versus Chase. Look, you can even argue that if you want. I'd obviously take Chase over Achane if drafting, but you give me Kupp after this week. Bye week out of the way. Achane's bye week out of the way. I like that side better, 808 guy. But is close. It's arguable, no doubt about it. Trade Pitts, Bigsby for Kraft and Cooper, Amari Cooper. I would probably say give me Kraft and Amari Cooper. I think it's just a safer side all around. Jaguars at New England or Bigsby. Wait, what? Jaguars at New England. Okay. Bigsby or Thomas Jr. at the flex. I'm going to say Thomas Jr. I'm not... Like, you weren't even hesitating going into last week. You wouldn't even consider benching Brian Thomas Jr. After 1 week, you're already wavering. Don't waver. Trade MHJ and Chase Brown for Gibbs in a heartbeat. And I love both Chase Brown and MHJ. Wide receivers are Kupp, Nabers, Marv, Dell. You'll be fine. Dell and Worthy are fantastic wide receiver threes. And you're rotating between the two. Running backs are Bijan, Kenneth Walker. You got a lot of trade power, too. So I love that trade. Fantastic job. Love you long time. Love or Cousins. Full PPR. Hot stuff. I'm gonna go Love, but it's a tough call ever putting either one of those guys on the bench because they're so capable. But I'm giving Jordan Love. Hey Smitty, 10 team PPR. I'm 3-3. Lamar, JT, Jacobs, Bigsby, Chuba, Nico, Puka, Reed, JSN, Waddle, Mooney. Moves you think my hospital team needs. Was also offered Achane and Flowers for JT and JSN. I'd take Achane and Flowers for JT and JSN in a millisecond. So do that trade first and foremost. Past that, I mean, you're looking at maybe trading like a Waddle and a Bigsby, a Waddle and a Jacobs for one player. Obviously like the Bijans, the JT Hurd is such a phenomenal player to get, and you already have him. Damn it. Let's see here. Kamara is interesting. Mike Evans injured is interesting. Cooper Kupp Now, maybe sitting out another week would be interesting using those combos, Jacobs or Bigsby or Chuba, one of those RBs with Waddle or JSN. And if I'm getting a big dog like a Gibbs, I'm trading away Reed and Jacobs, Reed and Chuba. So try and do that. Try and get Gibbs or Breece Hall first and foremost, and if not, dial that Reed down to Waddle. New nickname Sonic and Knuckles for Gibbs and Monty. Nice, TM. I don't know if I'll remember which one. I don't know if I'll remember that. Knuckles. By the way, this one right here was funny. It's not a super chat, but it's start Achane. Okay. Picking up Darnold, drop 1. Fields, Dak, Irving, Dowdle. Rest of team is okay. I would say if I'm dropping somebody, picking up Darnold, drop 1. You got to drop Fields if it's a non-super flex league. If it's a super flex, I would probably drop like Irving. But if it's non-super flex, you got to drop Fields because he's been benched. But I do think he'll get the job back. I truly do. This super chat here from Rusty. Trade St. Brown and Dowdle for Jamar Chase. What do you think I'm going to say, Rusty? What do you think I'm going to say?
Just been Smitty approved.
Of course I do that trade. It's a fantastic, and it puts your team in such an amazing position. You don't even need to make any trades beyond that point, honestly, unless you're trading away like Waddle and Dobbins, or Dobbins and Deontay, or Dobbins and Scary Terry for one of the undervalued running backs of the week, or one of the undervalued wide receivers of the week, which I can put up right here. These wide receivers as well. You're buying. It makes a whole lot of sense, bro. Go do it live. Rusty, smash of a trade. Get Jamar Chase on the roster and do it now. Flex Mason, Juju, Christian Watson. I'm also playing Debo. I would go, look, Mason, Juju, could either one of them outscore, or Watson or Juju outscore Mason, sure. But again, I'm going with the fact that Mason's the second leading rusher, yardage-wise, the second rusher in the league with 20-plus runs, the second attempt getter in the running back department in the National Football League. And I get that the KC Chiefs are a good rushing defense, but I just can't. It's not like those options are reliable options. Juju might be the safest call, I suppose, but do you want safety or do you want someone that's got more upside and you're willing to take like a 6-point deficit? Like maybe Juju gets 10 points and Mason gets 4 because it's a bad game. I'm going to take that chance given that Mason's got the high upside. I traded McLaurin for DK. I like DK, but both of them are arguable. I don't think that's one you can like sit there and say somebody got screwed on. I think it's very, very even. Mike Powers with a $20 hauler jumps the line, gets immediate attention. Should I drop DeAndre Hopkins or Jerry Jeudy for Ricky Parasol? I would drop Jerry Jeudy for Ricky Parasol. You can't even spell his name right. That's how much you don't know, don't even like him, know him, want him on your team, and nobody cares about Jerry Jeudy. So go get Ricky, but that's spelled wrong too. Appreciate you, Mike Powers to the motherfreaking moon. Send Mark to Mars.
To Mars.
Send Mike to the moon.
To the moon.
And how about the Saturn?
To Saturn.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate your super chat, young man. Dropping 20s like a monster. Smitty, what's up? 12-man league, just bought low on Kupp and MHJ. Any moves to make? Hurts, Barkley, Achane, Debo, Reed, Kupp, MHJ, Bowers. I'm going to tell you no, bro, because I like every piece of your team. And I like the bye weeks are out of the way for Barkley, for Achane. You've got Cooper Kupp bye week free. You've got all these pieces here that are fantastic. And to move them would mean to get rid of guys I love. And I don't want you to get rid of your RB stable unless you're trading Achane into Gibbs by giving up something like Reed, but getting something back. I don't know that I'm even interested. I'd let that team roll, bro. And sometimes I see a squad and I just don't want to mess with it. Smitty, I got Kyron and Mason starting. Start JK or Monty in the flex. Bro, you don't sit Monty. He's a top 10 to 12 running back every week. And that's no relation to Gibbs being better. Gibbs is better. Monty's a top 10 to 12 running back. Dynasty start 8 PPR. Trade Garrett Wilson for MHJ. I'd rather have MHJ long-term, bro. I'm going to take MHJ. I get that we're trying to, like, soft landing with the Garrett Wilson expectations, but, like, still get excited. I'm I like Garrett Wilson, but I like MHJ better. Trade Jacobs and Dell for Tyreek. I would take Tyreek and run, Young. That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Laporta or Kincaid. Laporta by a country mile. It is what it is. Laporta, first of all, Laporta was the number 1 tight end walking into this season. Anyway, it's not like we've changed your expectations. Both have struggled, but Laporta's been banged up. Laporta will return to top 1 to 2 tight end form. Go forward. I love Laporta. He's the best buy low in fantasy at the tight end position. Start 1. Mostert, Bucky, Tracy, Sermon, Algier. I'd probably go Tracy here. Tracy for me. Thank you for the super chat. $5, 5 and 1. Mahomes, Henry, Mason, Debo, London, Amari. Trade ideas. I was offered Burrow and Garrett Wilson or Higgins for Pollard and Mahomes. Burrow, you were offered Burrow, Garrett Wilson, or Higgins for Pollard and Mahomes. I would take Burrow and Garrett Wilson. I think Higgins and Garrett Wilson are on even playing fields now, though. That's what the Adams situation does. But I would definitely take the free Garrett Wilson. I like Pollard. I don't love Pollard. I trade Pollard on the high. I take advantage of Pollard's current value. And if I'm wrong, you're buying low on someone like Garrett Wilson, so you're going to be even in worst case scenarios. Got offered Brees for my CMC and Pollard. I take Brees and I run. And I run, bro. I don't care if you've got Mason. I take Brees Hall and I run. My mind says, what's good, guy? You're ready for Sleaze to come Superflex, or no, Scott Fishbowl 14, great show. Thank you, my man. I don't know who I'm playing in Scott Fishbowl. Scott Fishbowl, I set my lineup last week and it didn't save. I don't think there's IR spots in there, so I don't know why it didn't save, but I go in there and I look and it's got an empty lineup spot. I was like, son of a biatch. Son of a biatch. I was so pissed off. I traded for Kupp for Tyreek. Thoughts on, and I gotta stop doing all these leagues. I gotta stop doing them. I don't even have time. I can't set my lineups. I can't participate in waivers. I need to have somebody sitting right next to me in the studio here, setting my lineups, working on waivers, handing me notes like, hey, do you want to pick us up? Yeah, go ahead. Traded for Kupp for Tyreek. I would rather have Tyreek Hill. But that's because Kupp's not back yet this week officially. If Kupp was, like, let's say tomorrow we're told, hey, Kupp is back, I would probably say it's dead even, and I lean toward Kupp. But even having him not fully ready yet, I'd probably rather have Tyreek because Tua comes back, I think, this next week, and then Hill goes to the moon. Start 1, Tank, Ramondre, Chase Brown. Give me Tank, but I love Chase Brown. I love them both. Wild Bill, appreciate you. Pick 1, Chase Brown, Jordan Mason, Garendo, Smith-Schuster. Need to make up for a 0 that you got out of Sutton last night. Sorry, Wild Bill. Chase Brown, Jordan Mason, Garendo. I'm going to go Chase Brown for safety. Mason for high risk, high reward. The matchup's horrible. I'd probably say give me Mason, but if you want safety, go Chase Brown. But Mason's definitely high risk, high reward. Wild Bill, you're stacking the risk upon risk. I know you had a 0 already, so you're running the risk and you want to have a home run swing. But as long as you're okay with that, Mason could give you a 4 or 5 point game, then I would go with that high risk play. But I mean, Chase Brown is definitely safer. So just so you know, keep that in mind as you make the decision. Thank you for the super chats. You guys absolutely rock. I've got all these on screen here that I'm going to answer. 2 $20 haulers get immediate attention. Bleezo 3 and 3. Who should I start? AR5 May. I'm going to go AR5. Brees, Achane, obviously. CD and Dell. One second. Let me just check one thing here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. This week you're going Dell and Worthy because CD's on a bye. Dell and Worthy. You got to go Dell and Worthy. Dell and Worthy, Brees, Achane, and then you got, is it 2 running backs, two running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. So CD on the bye. Kupp probably not playing. If Kupp plays, it's Kupp and Dell and Worthy in the flex, and Brees and Achane, and Mason sits on the pine. I think if you end up not getting Cooper Kupp to play in this one, you're going Dell and Worthy. You're going Brees and Achane and Mason in the flex. Yeah. Don't give up on CD, bro. Don't give up on Kupp. You might be out both these guys this week, but bro, just understand that you got a freaking monster squad coming back on a terror, and your team is absolutely remarkable. Keep the faith, my guy. Keep the faith. Blank dollar hauler from ACC. Appreciate you dropping the super chat, my guy. Man, the myth, the legend. Thank you. Rusty, you got your super chat right here. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay. And that's, you gotta, I don't know. Worthy, back to the other question. Worthy's going to have a good game. I think he's going to have a good game. Okay. Big money, 12-man super flex league. Start 3, 1 flex. Got Brees, James Cook, Kareem Hunt, Kupp, CD, Sun God, Tay Adams, Shakir, Baker, Dak, Hawkinson. First place, 10-2. Got offered Taylor for Adams. I would rather have JT at the end of the day. You're without Cooper Kupp maybe and CD on the bye this week, so you got Sun God and Tay Adams. But bro, you got a good team there. So if Tay Adams goes, to this guy's roster and you bring in JT, it's gonna hurt this week. The other thing too, though, is you got Brees, James Cook, Hunt. I don't know. I don't know if you need the running back depth, though. You're gonna have to make another trade. Here's what I'd say, Travis. Don't do this trade this week. Maybe roll Tay Adams out there. Don't do it this week. If Tay Adams has a big game, he'll probably want to do it anyway. But I think you got to line up another trade like Kareem Hunt for a wide receiver. If I'm going to do a trade, bro, I'd rather trade like Tay Adams for Tyreek Hill and give up something small on my bench. I'd rather have Tay Adams for your lineup. I think it's going to hurt you too much. I'm going to say stand down. Hey, Smitty, you read my name wrong. Rusty. It was J.K. Dobbins. You read the name wrong. Oh, the name wrong. J.K. Dobbins and Amon for Jamar Chase. J.K., what did I say? You said Dowdle? Still smash or accept. Okay, so J.K. Dobbins and Amon-Ra. Did I say Dowdle and Amon-Ra? I think it's probably what. It doesn't matter. J.K. Dobbins and Amon-Ra for Jamar Chase. Smash the trade, bro. There's no difference. There really is no. That is a home run, Rusty. That's a damn home run. Okay, go get CeeDee Lamb or Jamar Chase. I'm reading it wrong again. Go get Jamar Chase. Either way, same thing still. I like Jamar a little better than CeeDee Lamb, but either way I would do it. Go get Jamar Chase. Braylon Allen and Christian Watson for Ladd to the Hall owner. Braylon Allen and Christian Watson for Ladd. I don't. No. Don't send him Braylon. Make him pay for Braylon Allen, bro. What are you giving him Braylon Allen on a platter for? Who cares about Ladd McConkey? He's okay. Disgustingly have 3 tight ends. Drop 1 for Ladd. There's another Ladd question. Ferguson, Kincaid, and Njoku. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'd try and trade, bro. There are people that need tight ends left and right. There's got to be a way to trade a tight end. And if you're doing 1 for 1, that might be a problem. Try and do a crafty 2 for 1 or a 1 for 2 or a 2 for 2. 2 for 2 sometimes are underrated. Rest of season, like tight ends. Rest of season, you got to roll with Ferguson as your starter for now, then Njoku, then Kincaid in that order. But I would trade one of them, and I'd trade one of them now. And there's got to be a way to get into Tyreek Hill using a receiver and one of those tight ends of choice. Let them decide. That might be what's happening is you're getting greedy as to which one you want to keep, and you can't really do that. Should I trade Purdy and JSN for Ingram and Geno? 1 QB league, already have JD5. Okay, so Purdy and JSN for Ingram. Yeah, I'd go get Ingram. That helps your team a lot to get Ingram right now. And as much as I want to say like Kincaid is going to bounce back, we don't know if he will. And it's not really Kincaid's fault. Look at Coleman. It's not Cole. There's no chance Coleman and Kincaid are both disappointing because they both are playing bad football or it's on them. It's the offense. Pick 3, Hunt, Addison, Dobbins, or Douglas. Give me Hunt, give me Addison, give me Dobbins in that order. If you're going to sit anybody, you're going to go Pop versus Addison, but I don't think I'd do that. King Sosa, 1-5, Jalen, Gibbs, JT, Chubb, Chase Brown. Chase Brown, DK, BT, and Joku Ferguson. Any ideas? Make any trades? I would probably say with this squad, I would maybe look to trade. Man, I would look to trade, even though I love BT and Chubb, BT and Chase Brown for like Hill. I want to try and get into a potential like Achane using maybe even God, I don't know, Chase Brown, and you probably need to either trade JT and a player like Chase Brown for an Achane, which might be hard to do a 2 running back for 1 running back, but it's possible depending on someone's running back depth, or getting a Breece Hall or something, which is going to be hard with JT not playing, or you try and upgrade one of your wide receivers into, let's go after CeeDee Lamb. Let's say Jamar Chase and Metcalf for CeeDee Lamb. Jamar Chase and BT for CeeDee Lamb. Jamar Chase. BT and Chase Brown. My brain's just mush today. I'm hearing things, seeing things, and I'm saying different things than my brain's trying to tell me. Jamar Chase is not in this situation, Smitty. I'm end up trading Jamar Chase right now, clearly. I keep saying his name. Chase Brown and BT for wide receiver. So Chase Brown and Metcalf for Lamb. Chase Brown and BT for Lamb. Can't get Lamb. You could go a step down. I don't know if it's possible to even get a receiver using Chase Brown and BT that's even on the level of CeeDee Lamb, but Lamb is being discounted by crazy amounts. You've seen some of the trades we've been dealing with, King. So I'd try and do that. I like Tyreek Hill too if you're getting a 2 for 2 done. Good God. DK and Garrett Wilson, rest of season. I'm going to go DK. Also start Garrett Wilson or Dell this week. Honestly, I'm starting Dell, but I'm a wild man. I think most would start DK, but I would start Dell. AR5, Achane, Robinson, Mason, Tank, BTJ, Ingram. Bench is Algier, Tracy, Mooney, Pickens, Nakua. Make a move for a wide receiver to stand down. I would say with Achane and Bijan, Robinson, and AR5 and Mason, you've got a really good RB stable. BT, Tank, Dell, you're a little weak at wide receiver. Yes, I would be tempted to trade Mason into Tyreek Hill right now before the game kicks off. People are worried about Hill's game here. Will he do anything without Tua? Will Tua even for sure come back? I think Mason and a Tracy, Mason and a Chase Brown, Mason and a Pickens might get something done along those lines. And if not, I would contemplate a Mason for MHJ. I think it is time to trade Mason if the price is right. I think there are a lot of receivers that have a lot of value. I think even Mike Evans in something because he's banged up. You could get something with him for Mason in some cases, or do a creative 2 for 2 Mason and let's say, a Tracy or Mason and Pickens for 2 players. One being Tyreek Hill, one being St. Brown, one being an Achane type player. Even though you have Achane already, you get what I'm saying. My guy, appreciate you. Man, that was tough sledding the last handful. I don't know what's wrong with my brain right now. I'm seeing one thing and I'm reading another. I think if you read as many super chats as I read, you would understand how the brain is disconnecting from the brain stem is disconnecting from the spine. Hey, Smitty, 10-man league, 3-3, AR5, Mason, JT, Chase Brown, Bigsby, AJ, Kupp, Waddle, JSN, Kraft, Darnold. Any moves? I'd probably say with this squad, I'm also trying to get rid of JT get rid of Mason in the same way that I just described to that other person. So Achane, Gibbs using Mason and Waddle. And then on the other flip side, I'm trying to get rid of Waddle. If you're just going for a wide receiver for a Tyreek Hill, you throw in Chase Brown or Bigsby. I like AJ Brown and Kupp. I like that their bye weeks are out of the way. I think the vulnerable pieces of your team are, even though I love to buy JT low, owning him's different. Even though I like to buy Mason dirt cheap, owning him is different. I'd like to get rid of those two in sell high situations. So Mason's the most vulnerable, probably. I think JT has a shot at becoming, what we wanted him to be as soon as he's healthy. So Mason's the guy I'm trying to trade. And again, the running backs that you could roll through, or the wide receivers are right here, but the running backs that you could roll through are right here. Breece Hall is cheaper than he should be, but probably going to be a tall order for what you have. I think Gibbs is attainable. I think Kenneth Walker for Mason's also something you look at, and Kamara, who just laid a bad, 2 bad games in a row, might be vulnerable, and you might be able to get more Mason for Kamara and something. Or you get crafty and you go Mason and Waddle for a player better than Waddle, and you get Kamara back in a crafty 2 for 2. Appreciate you. Frankie with a $5 hard 12-man league PPR 4 and 2, Saquon, Achane, Mason. Same thing, bro. Mason's a vulnerable piece here. We're Masonites here. I love him, but I do like trading him. And given that you've got Saquon and Achane, both with the bye weeks out of the way, Nabers back, Metcalf, doing his thing, Worthy, Tank Dell. You want Jahmyr Gibbs? I would go after Jahmyr Gibbs too. Is Mason and Tank Dell an overpay? It's not. I would do that in a heartbeat, and I hate to say that because I love Tank Dell. I'd even throw in Mooney if I needed to. Would I do DK and Mason? I would do that in a 2 for 2, but not a 2 for 1. You'd have to get something massively solid back, and so I would stick to the Tank Dell Mason. Get Gibbs. It might be able to get Gibbs for that. You really might be able to do it. Past that, you could look at Kamara and something. But I would definitely do that trade. It's not an overpay, Frankie. It sucks to trade away Tank Dell, but, you're selling him high, so you're not going to lose any sleep over it. What is buying price for ETN? Not much at all. I don't even think a Worthy or a Tank Dell. I would rather have Worthy and Tank Dell over ETN. I like ETN a lot. I certainly would buy him. I'd certainly pick him up. I think there's still upside for him, but running backs have a short shelf life, and he's in turmoil right now. He's not healthy. His backup is outplaying him, and there's ambiguity around the workload divide. Now, his coach said walking into last week that he wouldn't lose his job, but I wonder if that's going to change walking into the current situation. Hard to say. Duncan says traded Mason and Ferguson and Palmer for Waddle and a second in Dynasty. I think that's pretty good in Dynasty because Mason doesn't have a lot of Dynasty value. So even though Waddle's a question mark, that's a great move. In Dynasty, he's not really a question mark. Breece, Gibbs, Achane, Kupp, Godwin, Debo, Ladd, Watson, Mooney trade Achane and Ladd for BTJ and B-Rob. No, absolutely not. Achane, don't discount Achane, bro. Achane is a top 5 to 10 running back. And he's got his bye week out of the way, and his quarterback is coming back. Things are going to get normalized for him.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial in. 30-second phone calls only. No full teams. I'll hang up on you if you start reading off your team. Why? Because it's too much. It's too much to go through your entire roster. It just is. People don't want to sit through that during this call segment. In the offseason, it makes more sense. Send away Eckler and Swift for JT. I personally would rather have JT, but there's an argument to be made on that for sure. Thank you for the subscribes. We're now under 20-something subscribes in order to get to 30.8K. So, and please hit that thumb up button on the way in the door. We still only have 208 thumbs up. 209 caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Smitty, this is Tony calling from California.
What's up, Tony? What can I do for you?
All right, so I had a quick question about a trade I made prior to Thursday night's game. I acquired Kyren and Jefferson for Mike Kyler, Mike Evans, Kamara, and Worthy.
You acquired Kyren and JJ?
Yes, sir.
For what?
For Kyler, and my other quarterback is Josh Allen, Kamara, Mike Evans, and Worthy.
Yeah, that's a great trade.
All right, just wanted to check the temperature. I was having a little bad remorse, but after Thursday night's game, I feel good about it.
No, yeah. Look, I mean, Kyren over Kamara all day. You didn't need Kyler. I'm not saying you should give him away, but, that's understandable. Evans and Worthy for JJ, you crushed on all levels.
Nice. Thank you. Just needed some reassurance. Have a good one, Smitty. Love the show.
Yeah, appreciate you later. Yeah, that was a smash. We got a special caller on the line right here. I believe this is Patrick Mahomes calling live from Kansas City. Pat, what do you hear? What do you say, Pat?
What's good, man? How you doing, Smitty?
I'm good. What's up? What's up, fake Pat Mahomes?
Hey, real Pat Mahomes. Quick question. I just traded for Kupp and MSJ. I'm skeptical about Kupp. I think MSJ is going to play. So I have an option. If Kupp doesn't play, do I play Goodson or do I play Warren or maybe Ty Chandler if Aaron Jones is out?
I'm sorry. Kupp. So your MHJ's a go, bro. He's already got he's already go. But you're saying worst case scenario, if Kupp doesn't go play, list the guys off again?
Yeah, so Goodson for the Colts.
Yeah.
Warren for the Steelers. Or I'm looking at me. Oh, actually, sorry, I have Whittington too for the Rams. So maybe if Kupp's out, he might be a good flex.
Okay, Whittington, and then who? Yeah, everyone's saying, dude, legit sounds like Patrick Mahomes, bro. You're the ringer. You're the ringer for Pat Mahomes. You are just the absolute straight ringer. And
I appreciate it. I don't
bro, wear it with the badge. Don't even. This is your calling. Okay, so Goodson, Whittington. I'm sorry, I'm starstruck right now. I didn't hear what you said.
You're good.
Goodson, Whittington, and who was the other one?
So Goodson, Whittington. Then I had Jalen Warren, and I also forgot to say I had Ty Chandler in case Aaron Jones is out.
Yeah, man. What do we think, chat? Patty's got a lot on his mind. He needs your help. Goodson. Look, Goodson feels pretty decent. He had 5 targets. 8. The only concern I have is what's his rapport with AR5.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but I mean, Whittington, I don't know. Let's look at Whittington's game log. But you're right. Yeah, and if Whittington, if let's say Kupp is out, it's a perfect. Dude, 8 targets, 10 targets. I'm gonna say if Kupp is out, Whittington because it correlates. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I like Goodson, but with AR5, he might be a non-factor. He might be a complete non-factor.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Smitty.
Yeah, hey, Pat, hold on. Let's see. Guys, vote Goodson or Whittington in the chat if Kupp doesn't play. And remember, if Kupp doesn't play, Whittington's target share goes up. So Kupp doesn't play, Whittington or Goodson. Please vote for Patty. Patty, can I get one more? Can you say this is the fake Patrick Mahomes and you're watching the fantasy football show? Go ahead. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, go.
This is fake Patrick. I always laugh when I start saying it. All right, here we go. This is fake Patrick Mahomes, and you're watching the fantasy football show.
Attaboy. I love it. Patty, have a good week this week. Throw 3 or 4 touchdowns for me if you could. If that's not too much to ask. All right, later. I love when Patty Mahomes calls deep fake Patrick Mahomes. Balake, try calling in again. For some reason, it didn't add your call. 95. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have the volume up. I'm going to hang up on you. This is 267 caller. You're live. Who am I talking to?
This is Quinn from Philly.
Who? Coin? Colin? Quinn. Pam or Pan?
Thank you.
Pan or Pam?
Pamela.
Quinn from Philly.
Whatever you want, bro.
What's up, Quinn? What can I do for you?
What's up? It's going to be hard to follow Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, you got big shoes to fill, bro. Let's see. Who do you sound like? Talk for a second.
Oh, I don't know. Whoever you want me to sound like.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, go ahead. What can I do for you?
Either. I got a boring voice. Couple trade offers. My Bijan and Wilson for DK and Walker.
Bijan and Wilson for DK and Walker.
I'm a little worried about the double bye coming up. I think it's like week 10. So that's the only thing, like keeping me from doing it.
Okay, so what I'm going to say here, it's going to be tough to hear, especially for all the Bijan hopefuls out there. This is tough to say. First of all, I like DK. I like DK over Wilson. I just do.
Yeah, that's what
DK almost had 2 touchdowns and 120 yards the other night. And I like Walker. I like Walker over Bijan.
Yeah.
I'm going to say give me the DK Walker side.
Yeah.
Chat.
Just worry about that bye week, that's all.
Yeah, chat, what do you think on this right now? Can I get a vote on this? DK Walker or Bijan Wilson? I don't know. This is tough. I'm kind of wavering already again. Like after saying that, I'm already kind of wavering.
Yeah. There's another one I was looking at. I just didn't know if it would be too much. My Wilson and MHJ for Lamb, would that be too much?
Wilson and MHJ for Lamb. Not really. Depends depends what your team's left with. I think the majority says
the dude wants the world for Lamb. I've given him like 10 offers.
Bro,
already.
you got the DK vote. The DK side won. There's a couple Bijan people, but the DK side won on the chat by a mile. Actually, by a mile. I got 2 or 3 Wilson Bijan sides, but DK Metcalf got the vote. All right, give me your team if we do the Lamb trade. Who would you be left with? You got Lamb at wide receiver.
I got Kyler, Bijan, Achane. I got
no.
Wilson,
If you do if you do the trade, yeah. If you do
who my wide receivers I'd have left.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have Lamb, Godwin, Waddle, and I got Nico on IR.
Okay, Nico and Waddle, and then who are your wide receivers?
Godwin and Lamb.
I'm sorry, your running backs. Your running backs.
Bijan, Achane, Dobbins, Chubb, and Brooks.
I mean,
I feel like it would set me up in the playoffs once Nico comes
guys,
back.
does he trade? You'd be trading
Wilson and MHJ for Lamb.
G. Willie and MHJ for Lamb.
Yeah, and I'd still have Bijan, Achane, Dobbins. I feel like it'd be a lot.
I think I do that.
Yeah.
That's a lot to give up, though.
Yeah.
I think you have the depth to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Guys, we
Like
gotta take Lamb. We gotta take Lamb. Get Lamb all day. Get Lamb. Do it, bro. The chat agrees.
Yeah.
The chat agrees. When I like something and the chat comes hard at the yes, then we're good. We're good,
Yeah,
bro.
I got you.
Smash it. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Later. God, it's kind of a bummer. Pat left. Pat Mahomes left. Now every other call is a disappointment. Send away Eckler and Swift for JT. I already said I'd take JT. I think I answered that one already. I think. Yeah, I did. Mason and Chase for Kupp or Nabers. I assume that's Chase Brown. No, maybe not. I hate these and or ifs, buts, and these questions. Mason and probably Chase Brown. Or I'm sorry, probably Jamar Chase for Kupp or Nabers and Achane. So I think you're trying to say Kupp and Achane or Nabers and Achane, but sometimes there's a lot going on with these questions. So I assume that's Jamar Chase. So Mason and Jamar Chase for Nabers and Achane. I would take Nabers and Achane over Jamar Chase and Mason. But it's damn close, Malik. It is damn close. I would say nearly equal. Really is. Mason's very solid, but there's just the ambiguity for sure. For sure. All right, open up the phone lines again. Bruce, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. Remember how I told you the guy gave me Puka in that other trade yesterday?
Yes. I do remember that.
I flipped Puka into Kamara. Did I do a bad trade or no?
No, I don't think you did a bad trade. I think Puka is solid, but you're waiting a while for him. I think to get Kamara on the low is not a bad idea at all. Do I know what's going on fully? No. Do I feel like it has everything to do with Derek Carr being out? Yes. Do I think? How comfortable do I feel in the coming weeks without Derek Carr because he's out for a little while longer? I don't know. I would rather have Kamara over Puka though, because even in that, by the time Carr comes back, that's when Puka will be back, and then Kamara maybe has some normalcy. He's also older though, you know. Ziggy, how old is Alvin Kamara? Ziggy, how old is Alvin Kamara? Trying to get his birthday.
Alvin Kamara is 29 years
29,
old. He was born on July 25th,
July.
1995.
So he remains 29 the entire year. But that's, you know, he's a younger, lighter running back, or older but lighter running back that takes, you know, beating it a little different. So it's not crazy to think he has a, you know, full great year. He looks good too. He looked good. It wasn't his fault. This game had nothing to do with Kamara. It was just the fact that they didn't use him right. He's at the bottom of his own box score. He was the fourth or fifth listed running back in the box score with yardage. It was insane. I like that. You basically traded. What did you trade? You traded it was a rock away. We were joking around about you trading a circle rock.
I traded Wandell Robinson
for Kamara,
and then it was supposed to be for Warren.
Yeah,
and
Jaylen
then
Warren.
You convinced him.
Yeah,
you convinced me to get him, and then the guy was like, "No, I'll just give you Puka."
Okay,
I'm not waiting anymore.
So you turned Wandell into Kamara. I think that's a wizard. Yep. That's a wizard. You're a wizard. Bruce, great job. All right, Bruce. We'll see. Go ahead. Last question.
All right, last question. I have Gibbs, Breece Hall, and Kamara. Should I trade any of them into a big name receiver or say, look, I'm just going to stick with them? Like, one is my flex.
I would love for you to turn Kamara and a receiver into a Gibbs type player, sure. Like Achane on the low, or trade Kamara for Tyreek Hill right now would be very, very, very smart. You know, keep going with this thing. Keep playing with the house's money. This is like you put $10 down on red and you won, and then you put the entire amount down on red again and you won. Like I'd continue. I'd go get Tyreek Hill.
I bought Breece Hall on the low, and I brought Gibbs, and now I brought Wandell. So it's kind of like Kamara all on the low. So it's kind of like, do I just stop here? Or do I keep going?
That's what I just said. Yeah, and play with the house's money. Keep doubling down. All right, appreciate you, bro.
Okay. Yep.
All right, later. Let's see here. Balake, you're live.
Yeah, do you want Tank Bigsby or Christian Watson this week?
Bigsby.
In your lineup?
I don't know. You know, bro, that could go either way. I mean, Watson scored a touchdown. He looked pretty good. He's off the injury report, but it seems like whenever we start him, he does nothing, right? So maybe you can trick the universe and put him on your bench and then throw him in last second and save all of us. I don't know. Bigsby's probably safer. ETN's injured. I think if ETN sits the game, you have to go Bigsby probably. But even then, it's like we don't know if he's even getting full workload there. Like they're not using. They're just using multiple running backs no matter who's in the game. So like Watson's higher risk, higher reward. I think if you want to go high risk, high reward, and you're okay with that outcome, then maybe you go Watson. If you want steady Eddie with probably not as much upside, though, because of the fact that they might use two running backs no matter what, I'd probably say go Watson if you're willing to roll the dice.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, man. Later. Block it to the moon.
Later.
Elgin. What's up, Elgin?
Hey, how you doing, Smitty? two quick questions. Who would you start, James Cook or Chase Brown? And the other one is Michael Wilson and Jalen Waddle.
I would go James Cook. He's off the injury report. They're running the hell out of the ball in Buffalo right now. He's totally capable of a 2-touchdown game or whatever, 100 yards and a touch. I'm not saying that both options don't have an argument, but I'm not sitting James Cook if he's off the injury report. Also, as much as I like Wilson, he's getting good targets. I still go with the bigger name guy in Waddle, but that one's tough. I just can't see Wilson, like with MHJ playing this week. Like MHJ's pretty much a go. If MHJ was out, Wilson would be a different conversation, but I just don't. Playing. Yeah, MHJ's. Okay. Well, right now it's seeming that he's going to play because he's wearing a normal jersey. He's cleared he's clearing all those protocol steps in order, so he's looking good to go.
Okay, so if,
I'm going to go Waddle.
So if he does play Marvin Harris,
I probably
Kupp don't play. If Cooper Kupp don't play, is Whittington a better option?
Whittington over Waddle, maybe safer, but I'd still think gamble on Waddle, but that's tough, bro. Like Waddle's almost. It's so hard.
It's just the quarterback play, man. It's hard to even get him the ball, though.
Yeah,
so
it's not really Waddle's fault. And like at the end of each game, we're like, why are we playing Waddle at all? I still, with those options, I think I'm taking the risk that this is the game that we see Waddle do something. We see Hill do something. But I can't guarantee it, bro. It's definitely a risk. But it's not like your options are like, oh my God, you're gonna lose sleep at night because you didn't start Wilson Jr. and he has 6 receptions for 80 yards. And yeah, it was a good game, but like I don't think he's having a 3-touchdown game or something. All right. Now watch it. He will now though. All right, later, Elgin.
All right.
Steven, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? I just had a couple questions going forward with these concussions. What are these timetables looking like? Because, I got Nabers and MHJ, and it's weird that Nabers was almost out 3 weeks, but MHJ, pretty much collapsed after his thing, but now he's good to go. So what can we expect, moving forward?
Well, I don't.
Is it 1 week or 2 weeks?
Well, there's case by case, bro. I mean, I think when fencing is involved, and a lot of people said that Nabers didn't have fencing. He was on his hands. You couldn't tell. But if you watch the Nabers concussion over again, his body looked like it was clinched up and frozen. So I think he was in a fencing position. But when you're in a fencing position, it usually is going to at least take a full week. Is what my guess is. In some cases too, but it's brain damage, bro. A concussion isn't just a head injury. It is literally brain damage. So every single one is different. That's kind of like when someone says, oh, high ankle sprain. What is it? Oh, it's a 4 to 6 week injury. Not necessarily. It could be an 8-week injury. It could be a 3-week injury. It could be a 1-week injury. Is it a severe high ankle sprain? Is it a mid-range high ankle sprain? Is it a very minor high ankle sprain? A severe low ankle sprain is worse than a very moderate to mild high ankle sprain. Like everything is not just black and white. And so, yeah, there's no way to tell. But what I will say, and I've said this over and over and over on show after show after show, is I don't know what in the hell is going on this year that's different than last year, because we're having a lot of fencing going on with non-quarterbacks, which usually never happened. And so I don't know if and it could be, look, there's a lot of reasons this could be happening. One, it could be a combination of just weird things you can't measure or even figure out other than speculate. Like, hey, these new rules of no hip drop tackles and this are leading to different kinds of hits on the upper body to avoid this or that. That could be one explanation. It could be literally something we're baffled by later on. We're like, look, what in the hell have they done with these helmets? Like, are the helmets the problem? Are they making a different helmet and they thought they were improving something, but it's causing problems? I don't know. I don't think anybody has any sort of answer, and it looks like no one's even probing or looking into it, which is baffling to me because we're seeing a pattern that's recognizable. Why is fencing position occurring in almost every concussion right now? It's weird to me, bro. And, Marvin Harrison Jr., he did get up and fall down, which was bad, but not having that fencing necessarily, especially like a very, very, strong case of it, like in the Tua situation where Tua's arms are out like this and he's locked. And it's like a defense mechanism by the body. It's essentially saying, like, you got hit in the head. We need to have, like, I imagine it's an innate instinct of your body to put, like, a guard up, to, like, block from anything hitting the head. Because right now you're rebooting. Your head, your brain, your body's rebooting. And you're like, I'm trying to protect whatever's coming at me. And I'm going to stay here until I'm awake. And so you're frozen to block. Like, your brain is seriously, like, what a magnificent tool. Your brain is such an amazing thing that it knows to put a defense up while it's rebooting. It's crazy, but it's brain damage.
Yeah, and like the Tua situation, just obviously no team obviously wants to go through that and obviously experience that. So I feel like that just is magnifying all these concussions, and teams are really playing it safe. So,
yeah,
like you said, there's no black and white. Last question, Smitty. What do you think about Ricky Pearsall this year? Is he going to be coming back doing some high production for the team, or is this kind of just a wait and see type deal?
I mean, bro, you got Debo, you got Ayuk, you got, McCaffrey coming back, Kittle. I don't see how you have consistency, but will we see some exciting football out of them once in a while? Sure. If injury strikes Debo or Ayuk, certainly the opportunity will open, the door will open. But look at Jennings, who had one of the best games a wide receiver could possibly have. And he hasn't been able to do anything in the wide receiver 3 role since. So I don't expect consistency. Do I think he could have a 100-yard game or something here and there? Sure. But every time you start him, it's going to be the game he doesn't do anything. Then you're going to sit him, and he's going to go nuts. But you can't expect consistency out of the third wide receiver role. But I think it'll be exciting. If an injury happens, I do think there's some opportunity for him.
Cool.
He's a really good player.
Well, I appreciate all of that.
All right, later, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Travis, you're live. Then over to Terrell. Travis.
Hey, right now, would you rather have Pacheco or Puka, like as a roll the dice type of stash?
Probably Puka. I
Really?
like Pacheco. I love Pacheco, but Hunt's going to be doing well. They're not going to rush Pacheco back necessarily. I believe Pacheco had hardware put in his foot. I would just say Puka is safer. Just safer.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to have any sort of competition for his role. I'm not saying that Pacheco won't get his job back, but at the same time, this was the first year Pacheco was actually a cemented-in starter for this team. The Chiefs have constantly rotated their running backs over the years. It's never the same from year to year. It's always ambiguity. It's always been totally cloudy. And I don't think that Pacheco's cemented enough into that role to come back and rip it from Kareem Hunt's kung fu grip. I think they might rotate him. They certainly could give him the job back, but I don't know. It depends what Hunt's doing, to be honest with you. Give me Puka all day.
All right, and just real quick, how do you feel those Zay Flowers? Because the last 2 weeks, he's getting double-digit targets, and they're still running the ball a lot, so they're finding a way to kind of balance out the offense a little.
Yeah, I like him. I've always liked him. He's a moon man, so like we liked him before anybody really loved him, I think. And being on our moon man list, especially the first year that we did it, I think it was that year, there were very few slots. Like he got one of the, so we loved him. We love Zay Flowers. But he does live in a world where there's a lot of inconsistency. There's a rhyme and reason why Lamar doesn't have top 25 wide receivers, because of the offense, because of the way he plays, because of how things rotate around. I mean, Isaiah Likely is not a one-hit wonder. Isaiah Likely is a good player, and they don't consistently feed him. It's just this weird rotation. Now, Flowers has been pretty good, multiple games now. There's certainly, he's locked into lineups and all that. I'm not saying that, but would I sell him high? Abso-freaking-lutely. Why? Because if you're selling him high and you're buying someone low, your worst case scenario is that both you break even. You were wrong about Flowers dropping off, but the player you got was even anyway, so everybody wins. If I'm right and Flowers does go like this, he's inconsistent, then you win the trade. So you're always making a trade that you never lose. Otherwise, you're making a bad trade.
Motion detected at the front door.
So where do you compare them, like, like Brian Thomas Jr., Terry McLaurin?
Right below those guys. But in the maybe the same tier, but at the bottom of it. I like Flowers. He's capable of floating to the top of that tier any given week. But he's also, it's very tough. I mean, it's a run-heavy team. Lamar runs a lot. Henry runs a lot. Anytime they're in the red zone, guess who's getting the looks? It's going to be Henry and Lamar. Flowers is going to always be a low touchdown potential guy. There'll be games where he does have a touchdown and a lot of yards. And he reminds me a little bit of like Jaden Reed, and how they use him. So some games he's really utilized, and he's a tremendous asset. But I certainly don't think I expect what he did the last couple of games to continue all year. But I think we'll see flashes of it, and I think that he's a fantastic player to have, a fantastic player to start. I know some people are going to hear what I'm saying, and they're going to take it as if I'm trashing him. I'm not. I'm just merely saying he's going to be a combination of what you saw last week mixed with a bunch of inconsistency, and he'll just be one of those guys that in total point leagues, maybe he's a lot better than in leagues where there's no total points involved. There's consistency at play. And, like best ball, he's great. I love drafting him in best ball because when he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's off. And it's not really his fault when he's off.
Right. All right. Yeah, and just real quick, like rest of the season, do you like Kyron or Amon-Ra better? Because
Kyron.
Amon-Ra's targets are down a little.
Kyron? Kyron's number 1, number 2, or number 3 overall for me if I'm drafting today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured that was probably the case. Does Amon-Ra worry you at all, or do you think he'll?
I mean, it worries me if you're expecting like 8 or 9 overall value if drafting today.
Right.
But I think I like him a ton still. Like he's still a wide receiver 1. He's still a guy I'd target as a good wide receiver 1 buy. To purchase right now in a buy low trade. But am I drafting him at 7, 8 overall? No. But it doesn't mean he's not top of round 2 if drafting today. Like Amon-Ra's amazing. Yeah. All right, hang tight real quick. Terrell, you're live.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? So I got a question. I'm 5-1 in a 12-man Superflex league. Now I started Javonte Williams last night.
Yes, congrats.
It's a start 2 running backs, start 2 wide receivers, and 1 flex. So I have Jahmyr Gibbs and Javonte Williams in my RB1 and 2.
Okay.
And my flex right now, I have T. Higgins, and I also have Deontay Johnson, and I also have Mason. So I have a dilemma here.
Okay, so what I would have said last night had you had this conversation with me was that Mason was your 2, and your flex play Javonte enters that conversation. So you were obviously on the ball.
I mean,
starting Javonte and Javonte.
The reason I said that because Thursday. Go ahead.
Javonte definitely deserves to be in the consideration. Like that's no doubt. But even going forward, Javonte's in the flex consideration. Javonte's always in your flex play consideration. He's not your running back 2. It doesn't matter what he just did. He's not your running back 2. He is your flex play. Now, I have no problem with if you were to have started him last night as a flex. Same thing applies. Like I get what he just did, but walking into the future, I can't guarantee you that he's going to get 14 carries and 2 touchdowns. I think that right now with Mason's matchup and T. Higgins, with the dilemma that you have left, so it's T. Higgins, Jordan Mason, and who?
And also Deontay.
And Deontay Johnson. I mean, Deontay could do it at any moment, but he also could lay an absolute goose egg. I get. Let's go to the chat on this one. You want Deontay, Mason or T. Higgins? Vote in the chat. I'm going to guess the chat's going to say T. Higgins.
At the front door.
But I don't know.
That's who I have in right now.
I don't know what the chat's going to say. It's a tough call. I mean, T. Higgins playing really well right now. He's also playing for a contract right now. So he's kind of playing tough.
All right.
All
right, and I'm also playing for a championship. How can I get Mason to my team?
You're playing for a championship? You should have said that at the beginning of the call. My advice would be entirely different.
Let's get it.
I had no idea.
Yeah, no.
Let's see here.
But I'm in first right now, so I'm trying to keep it going.
T. Higgins, Mason, no doubt. Mason, T. Higgins, my little T, laughing emoji. Selfish question by Max. Chase Brown, Max. Travis, what are you doing in this situation? T. Higgins, Jordan Mason, or Deontay Johnson?
I'm probably going T because tough matchup for Mason, and the shoulder thing could still knock him out here and there. We don't know exactly where he stands, but
it
could. Probably T.
It could, but he is. I'm not saying there isn't some fudging going on, but he's off the injury report entirely. But this happens with the Niners. The Niners will take someone off the injury report. The next week they'll return to the injury report with the same injury they took him off. So I agree that could he be 100%? No. But
I love Mason, but I just lean T. He's been so good.
Higgins is safer. I think he's definitely safer, but I think that you are running risk sitting either one of them. I mean, T. Higgins is, if it's full PPR or is it half or full?
It's half PPR.
Jeez.
I know it's tough. I think any of them is a good play. I feel they all have high upside. And I'm projected to win by 20 points, so I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, the chat saying T.
Deontay says he suffered new injury Friday, ribs. So
yeah, I'm not even considering.
He's got a rib and an ankle right now.
I'm not even considering Deontay. I'm not saying Deontay's not a good start for somebody out there. Like someone's gonna come back and say Deontay had 70 yards and touchdowns. Me, haha. I'm not saying Deontay's not good for some of you, but in this question, he's not even in the conversation. For me, and this is a 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10 thing. There's always going to be one-off things. But you got to make smart decisions every time. And then, yes, sometimes they're not going to work out. And these are all, I wouldn't call this 50-50, but I'd say these are all close to 50-50 calls. Now, maybe it is 50-50. It might be, yeah, it really does feel 50-50. So you're going to miss and hit, at if you're lucky, a 70% rate on 50-50 calls means you're doing a remarkable job. I'd probably say your safe play is Higgins, even at half PPR. Mason he's got a very tough matchup. The Chiefs give up like 52 to 54 rushing yards, I believe, a game. That is a tough matchup, but I do believe Shanahan's going to try and run the hell out of Mason. But what if Garendo gets in there half the time and they just do some sort of rotation? I don't know. It's really, really tough. T. Higgins is a safe play. I'm going to say final answer T. Higgins, but I do believe Mason's a smash. For somebody,
all right, I appreciate it.
Somebody else that doesn't have your situation, and they're coming to me and going, "Do I start Mason or do I start, this bench player that had a good game last week, and I'm out thinking myself, I'm getting cute. Any getting cute decisions, Mason's a smash. You just got to start your guy. He's number 2 in the league in yards. He's number 2 in the league in attempts. He's number 2 in the league in 20+ yard runs. Like that's a tough running back to sit. He's number 2 in the league in everything, and you're gonna sit him because you're scared of the matchup. Like in most situations, you can't sit him. Yours is you got to make a call. Higgins safe, Mason's high risk, high reward. All right, I gotta go. Terrell, appreciate you, bro. Later.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
Travis. Anything else? I got to get to these super chats. They're piling up.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Travis. Later. All right. Here we go. Gold, thank you for the super chat. Max or Mav, appreciate your super chat. Let me get to these super chats. I'm sorry for the delay. I try and mix the show up a little bit. Start one this week, Jacobs or Chase Brown. I'm going to go Chase Brown young, but it's close. Phone lines are closed. I'm sorry, guys. Liam, appreciate you. $5 hauler, 3-3, 12 team PPR. What should I do with my team? QB, Lamar, Bijan Robinson, Mason, CMC. Because you have CMC, I'm okay keeping that, but I still explore trading it. You know, going and getting a Gibbs. If I've got to give up something like Keenan Allen or Slayton or something like that, I'm doing that. Giving up Eckler, sure. Do it live. Bijan for Gibbs. I'd love to upgrade that. Be very tempted to see what like a Mahomes downgrade could get you for Lamar, if you could get Bijan Robinson into an upgrade like Gibbs, or get Mason and CMC into an upgrade like Gibbs or something like that. That would be probably the first thought I have, is use that Lamar value for a player you still very much like, if you like Mahomes. If you don't like Mahomes, what about Kyler? If you don't like Kyler, what about another player? 12 team, 2 flex, full PPR, 500 buy-in, 6-0. You're already doing the right thing. 6-0 is very hard to get to, so clearly your team is balling. A.J. Brown, Nico, T. Higgins, Nabers. I probably stand down for the most part unless I'm getting rid of Mason and Brooks for that Gibbs upgrade. Brooks for Burrow to Josh Allen or Hurts type of upgrade maybe. Brooks and maybe Higgins for that Tyreek Hill situation. That's what I'm doing with that team. Other than that, I'm standing down. Trade Connor for Hunt or Brown. A.J. Brown, who is it? Chase Brown? I assume it's Chase Brown. I would trade Connor for Hunt right now. I think Hunt's a better player right now. Just right now. I don't know if that'll change. Nabers said he doesn't remember the head injury, says Eric, which is partially why he sat out. It was just a very bad concussion. Mahomes or Hurts rest of season. I'm going to go Hurts by a hair, but I still think Mahomes is in the mix here. I think people are running from him too crazily. But I love Hurts. Hurts is going to get the nod there. Dak, Kupp, Puka, JT, Mason, Trey, Cooper, Zay, Tracy, Bucky. We got, let's see, Bucky, Grendo, any moves. I was also sent Chase and Achane for my Flowers, Cooper, Puka, and Bucky. I don't know what Chase you mean. Jamar Chase, I assume. If you were sent Jamar Chase and Achane for Flowers, Cooper, Puka, and Bucky, you smashed the hell out of that. If this is Chase Brown and Achane, I'll be honest, it's still close. So if that's Jamar Chase, it's the biggest smash of a lifetime. If it's Chase Brown, I'm still considering it. So that's how crazy that is. If that's Jamar Chase. You put it like it's Jamar Chase. You gotta hit the accept button if that's the case, bro. That is the deal of a lifetime. Yo, bro, did Zay Hurts in a second pick for Chase keeper league?
At the front door.
So Hurts a second and Zay for Jamar Chase in a keeper league. I'd rather have Jamar Chase in a keeper league. Also, who's a good backup for Love? So Love's your quarterback now. I like that. Who's a good backup for Love? Bro, you got to tell me who's available. Like, if you're going to go trade for somebody, I mean, buy Kyler on the low, trade, Love for Mahomes in some sort of trade. But, bro, that's a good trade. As much as I like Jalen Hurts, as long as it's not a super flex league, I like Jamar Chase a lot better. I mean, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 overall. Trade Jacobs, BT for Monty, Nakua. I have Cook, AJ Brown. Okay, so trade Jacobs and BT for Monty, Nakua. I'd rather have Monty and Nakua. For sure. For sure. Even the trade value alone on that. And Nakua's coming back. Nakua was dropped. Why? All the players are in the same questions, and it's consecutively. It's always funny. Nakua was dropped. Should I pick him up 3-3? Absolutely. I mean, number one, if you can't IR spot him, there's got to be, your worst player is not better than Puka Nakua. Start 2 standard. Pop, Juju, JSN, Tyler, Goodson. Give me Juju and JSN pretty easily. I'm not saying Pop can't do anything, but I'm not starting Pop over Juju. Men MHJ. William, I think, okay, good thing your super chats are side by side here. Otherwise, I wouldn't know. You think I should trade my Adams for Major for MHJ? I would rather have MHJ, but it is higher risk, higher reward. Adams is safer. Adams is definitely safer, bro. If you need safety, go Adams. If you're wanting a high-risk play, I'd go MHJ, but it is very, very close. Gibbs, B-Rob, BT. I don't know why you would even ask to start Gibbs or not, Taz, so that's wild to me. But starting one between B-Rob and BT, I'm going BTJ. And not to mention Brian Robinson is, still banged up right now, so that's you may not even play. So Manny, appreciate you. Purdy or Darnold? Purdy or Darnold and start 2 wide receivers. I'm gonna go, guys. When you vote on this one, I feel like I'm not objective with Darnold. Purdy or Darnold? I think we go Darnold. This is a tough KCD, so we go Darnold and start 2 wide receivers and 3 running backs. Deontay, Tank Dell. So Devontae Smith and Dell are your 2 wide receivers. Your 3 running backs are going to be Gibbs, Achane, and Hubbard. Final answer. Not even really wavering at all on those questions, to be honest. Except for the Purdy one for a second, but that's a tough matchup. Darnold. And the chat agrees. The chat's saying Darnold unanimously. Need wide receivers. 1 QB, 3 wide receiver, 2 running back, 1 tight end, 2 flex. Joe Burrow, Stephon Pittman, Waddle, Romeo Dobbs, Bijan, Kyron, Pollard, Rashad White, J.K. Dobbins, Kendra. I'm trading J.K. I'm trying to get Worthy. I'm trading J.K. for Tank Dell. I'm trading same thing with Rashad White, Pollard, same thing. Those are good receivers to buy low. Evans being banged up, you might want to look into that. MHJ, people are freaking out about. You might want to look into that. J.K. and Dobbs or Waddle for MHJ, and you give up like a J.K. and you turn that into a 2 for 2. I give up Rashad White and Waddle for Evans injured, or Cooper Kupp is sitting out this week. Maybe Waddle and J.K. get that done. Those are the moves that I'm making with that team, my broski. And Puka on the cheap by giving up somebody that you don't necessarily need on your bench, 1 for 1. $20 holler, my boy Rudy coming in strong. Yo, missed the phone. Just got Gibbs. Do I need to make moves or just stay where I'm at? Main group is Kyron, Gibbs, smash. Bye weeks out of the way, bro. You're crushing it right there. AJ Brown, bye week out of the way. Devontae Smith, bye week out of the way. And Smith and Hurts, bye week out of the way. You're ready to rumble. You're bye week free the rest of this entire season. Benches Olave, Chubb, Estime. I'm maybe trading like Waddle and Olave together to some wide receiver needy team to try and get like a one player like Tyreek Hill or something. Like Waddle and Olave for Hill is great. Waddle and Olave for Achane, bye week out of the way, is great. JT injured. Those are all moves I would make, my guy. And fantastic squad. I don't touch any of those starters. The fact that you have no more buys is such an advantage for you. Gerbil with the $2 holler in the building, my guy. Appreciate you. Have Kyron drop Corum to pick up Nakua. The answer is yes, but I'd rather you drop someone else. But if this is your decision, you have to drop. Like you've already assessed it. You don't need me to look through it. You know that's going to be my answer on the worst player. Then yes, you got to go ahead and do that. Denny Spalding super chatting. I think Denny wants to call in. Denny, the phone lines are open for you, pal. Denny's dropping a $20 holler because he wants to break into the phone line. I get it, Denny. I'm going to open the phone line for you, pal. The phone line's open for Denny Spalding only. Right now, Denny, appreciate you. Denny dropping the $20 holler. That's the man, the myth, the legend. When Denny calls, you try and answer. That's the name of the game. Okay. Traded MHJ, Waddle, and Rico for Lamb. I would Smitty approve the Lamb side of that, my guy. Definitely. Gerbil, thank you. Kevin, thank you. Denny, thank you. Denny, phone line's open. Dial in, Denny. We got another super chat here from Raul. Raul says they want my JD5. Backup is Hurts. Other guy has Barkley, Kupp, JT, Evans, and running back wide receivers are Jacobs, Mason, Mostert, Stevenson, Brooks. They want my JD5 backup is Hurts. I'm okay going Hurts. He's bye week free. If I'm trading JD5 though, I want Cooper Kupp. I would love to have Barkley, but you're probably gonna have to give up something in conjunction with that, which I would do. But I'd take Kupp. I'd take probably JT. I would probably take Evans. I don't even know if I would take Mason because of the ambiguity of his situation. But I mean, look, if we're drafting over today and Kupp is back, Kupp's going ahead of, probably going ahead of JD5, or they're going in the same place. Like, keep in mind, Kupp was a top 5 wide receiver before he went down. Where's Denny at? Denny, we're waiting for you to call in, bro. We're just waiting for you. Denny! There he is. Denny! What is up, my man?
Smitty.
Yeah, Denny, what's up?
I don't know. My mom's with this new guy. I'm not going to call him Dad. Even if there's a fire.
Your mom's with a new guy?
Yeah. I'm not going to call him Dad. Even if there's a fire.
Yeah. How old is your mom? She's out there still working the dating circle, huh?
Yeah, she's all right. She's like 80-something, but
you got a new papa. you got an 80-year-old new papa. That's got to be rough, man. I haven't even thought that hasn't even crossed my mind. If Ma found an 80-year-old new dad, you just blew my mind. That's never even crossed my mind. A new papa at this age, that is woo. I don't know what I'd do. Jeez.
I says, I'm not going to call him Dad, even if there's a fire.
You keep saying that. I don't know what a fire has to do with it, but jeez. New papa.
I'm not going to call him Dad.
You want to call? Can you call him on three-way right now?
Oh my! No.
I'll interview him. I'll say, what makes you think you could be a good father to Denny Spalding? What makes you a good Spalding? Are you going to take the Spalding name from Miss Spalding if you marry my ma?
It's a good name though. It's a good name though.
It's
Isn't
a good
it?
name.
Spalding.
Yeah, unless Wilson Spalding, they're both rivals, but oh, bro.
I kind of needed when.
Do you know if you'd have any? You know if you'd have any new siblings if this marriage ends up happening?
I have some. I have cousins and siblings.
Are they good people?
Yes, I do, and I kind of saw a couple of them poolside.
Poolside? Let's answer this question here from Infamous. He says, start 2 plus a flex. Mixon, Mason, Connor, BT, JMO, MHJ. So 2 plus a flex. I'm going to say you're going to go Mixon. He's a must start. You're going to go probably BT. And honestly, the safest play is JMO. Guys, choose one. JMO, MHJ, or Mason. We're going Mixon and BT locked in, I think. Mason, JMO, and MHJ. Please pick one from that. Or if you want, you could pick 2 out of Mason, BT, JMO, and MHJ. But Mason, JMO, MHJ, pick one.
Can I tell you how much I love JMO?
How much you love JMO?
I've been loving them all year. JMO, and there's a JMO. He get open, and man, can he make some plays?
Yeah.
Oh, what a freaking team! Love JMO. I can't believe how low he is. He's always so low.
Real quickly, the vote is pretty mixed up. I got a Mason, I got a MHJ, I got a JMO. Guys, I need more votes. Please pick JMO, MHJ, or Mason. I need a handful of votes. I need at least 15 votes to get an accurate depiction of what the chat's thinking here. So please drop your comment, your decision. Need 3 Mason, MHJ, Downs, and Johnson. I'm gonna go Mason, MHJ, and probably Deontay in that situation over Downs with AR5. But that's because Downs is banged up, though. All right, we got an MHJ. We got an MHJ. Overwhelming amount of MHJs, so that answers that question. This $10 hauler traded Diggs and Diane. Diggs and Diane and Tracy for Tyreek and Eckler and Kyler. This question's all over the place, Goats. I don't know what in the hell you're saying. Traded Diggs and Diane. Diggs and Diane.
He meant Diane.
Well, who does he mean by Diane, do you think, Denny?
His stepmother. Deontay Johnson.
Deontay?
No, his stepmother, Diane. I made out with
Deontay Johnson. Tracy for Tyreek, Eckler, and Kyler. Diana? I don't know.
No, this whole thing doesn't.
Yeah, Diggs, Deontay. Give me Tyreek all day. Tyreek all day. You're the master.
Who's going to Tyreek, Smitty? Who's going to Tyreek?
Well, I mean, it is what it is, bro. I mean, you're also you have 1 week left of that situation. Then Tua's back. So
good, because I have him and.
Yeah,
it's been really bad.
We got a $20 hauler from Michael. He says, need a kicker and a D. Drop 3 QB. Josh Allen, JD5, Achane Wright, Walker, Sharps, Hunt, Chase Brown, Bigsby, McCaffrey, Garendo. Okay, so you're dropping drop 3. Oh my God, bro.
Oh, dude, this
promo code Smitty. Thank you, Michael. I'm probably going to say this is what it is. Unfortunately, we got to pick. These are tough decisions. These are business decisions. You got to drop. Good God. You got to drop Bigsby. No, you have to. You got to drop Bigsby. You got to drop Christian Watson.
Yes.
And Cole Kmet's on a bye. You got to drop Cole Kmet. I don't like dropping any of these other players. I'm not dropping Sharps. I'm not dropping Wright because you got him cuffed to Achane. It is what it is. I like Kmet, but he's on a bye week. Maybe you can get him back. That's a tough call, bro. That is a tough call. And we got Goats clarifying that it is Deontay, not Diana. Thank you, Goats. Appreciate you dropping the super chat, the additional clarification there. We got Gerbil dropping another $5 hauler. We got Bear dropping a $9.99. Thank you guys for dropping those. Let me put those on screen real quick.
Drop more than that.
We got.
If you're gonna ask stupid questions, you gotta drop some money.
Calm down, Denny. We got.
We for a dumbass question.
We got this question here. Hold on, Denny. Hold on. Let me just get all these super chats on the screen. We got Michael with a $20 hauler. Is this the one we just answered? Ooh. Need to drop. Oh, that was the one I just answered. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate your $20 hauler. All right, I think we're caught up on getting everything on screen. Denny, hang tight with me. You're doing good as a co-host today, pal. You're very patient today. I like patient Denny. Okay, Rich, appreciate your super chat. Thank you, EA Goats, for the clarification. Caps over here on the left. I traded Tua and Njoku for Brock Bowers and Daniel Jones and a 25 first rounder. It's a Dynasty Superflex. You traded Tua and Njoku for Brock Bowers, Daniel Jones. I'd easily take that Brock Bowers side, bro. What's Tua's long-term outlook? He's going to get popped one more time when his career is over. I love that side of the trade, Caps. You crushed it. And Danny Dimes, I don't like him, but, like, bro, what are you going to do in that situation? You might have nothing out of Tua anyway. Need 3, Mason, MHJ, Downs, and Deontay. I think I already answered that one. Thank you very much, pal. Appreciate you. Gerbil, did I just not clear these? Gerbil said, haha, would you drop any for Nakua? Stroud? You got to ask the question against Gerbil, because then I have no idea what the question was. Haha, would you drop any for Nakua? Any what? These guys? Stroud, Goff. Maybe he did. I'm sorry. Gerbil, maybe you did list it all here. I'm sorry. That's on me. Lap on me. My fault. I jumped to conclusions. Stroud, Goff, MHJ, Devontae Smith, Reed, Dell, J-Mo, Lamb. He's doing what he needs to do. Fantastic job repeating that. I would say off these, drop any of these guys for Nakua. I would certainly drop, if I had to, I would drop Corum for Nakua. If I had to. Is there anybody else I'd rather drop? You need Goff as a backup. You can't drop him. Yeah, you could drop. I mean, geez. I would say you could drop Hawkinson, but I mean, he's coming back. I would say Corum. I hate to say it, and God, that could burn you, but you got to drop Corum in that situation. You got to pick up Puka Nacua, though. Flex Hunt over Worthy and Downs. I would say Hunt is safer than Worthy, but Worthy's got a little bit more upside, just more risk. So you got to pick your poison there. You want to take a little swing down risk lane, then you probably go Worthy. You want steady Eddie, go Hunt. Redraft traded Amon Ra for what?
I like a swing down risk lane.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Redraft
like
traded Amon for a 3rd round pick. How is it redraft then? Took that 3rd and Ray Davis and got Gibbs and MHJ. I don't understand it because it's redraft, but Rich, you did a home run, pal. Smashed it, I think. I don't know what I'm looking at, but that sounded like a fantastic trade. Bear with a $10. Hey, Smitty, teams 4 and 2. Mahomes, B. Hall, Chase Brown, Moss, Allen, Bigsby, Sharps, MHJ, Garrett Wilson, Dell, Worthy, Juju, Henry. Should I trade Wilson and Bigsby? Yeah, but what are you going to get? Like Tyreek Hill? Sure. I know Denny's not super fond of Tyreek right now, but I love that Tua is coming back at least this year, you know, and not this game, but next game. That's the thought anyway. That's the report. I like the team a lot. I think you make a move like that, then all of a sudden this team is a lot better. Would I trade that for Lamb? Absolutely. Would I trade instead of Bigsby Chase Brown to get Lamb? Yes, I would. Would I trade for Mike Evans on the cheap right now using, let's say, I don't know. I guess I'd also say like go get JT on the cheap, missing one more game using Chase Brown and something, but I don't know that I'd give Garrett Wilson or anything. I would definitely use Bigsby and Wilson together to get an upgrade though. Those upgrades, Denny, throw some receivers at me. Who would you rather have over Garrett Wilson and Bigsby? So
Jameson, J-Mo.
J-Mo, wow, J-Mo. He wants that's a lot. That's a lot though. I don't know if I think maybe you could maybe get J-Mo and something for Garrett Wilson straight up. But I don't hate that idea. DK Metcalf on the low is really good. Garrett Wilson for DK Metcalf. AJ Brown with the bye week out of the way makes a lot of sense to me. St. Brown, people are doubting St. Brown right now. Bear, there's some good calls, I think. All right, I got.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, hold on one second, Dan. Let me get these out of the way. Chase Brown and Devontae Smith for Achane. I'd rather have Achane. I really would. I think there's some arguments to be made there, but I think that's the side I'd rather have. Start 3, Walker, Achane, J.K. Mason. I think I got to bench Achane. What? Why are we benching Achane? Start 3, Ken Walker, Achane, J.K., and Mason. I mean, you got to sit Mason or J.K. You're not sitting Achane. Guys, can we get a vote? Let's save Nick's life. Let's save Nick's life. We're starting Achane. Okay? Are we benching J.K. or Mason? Which one are you benching? Not which one are you starting. Which one would you bench? J.K. or Mason? Please vote in the chat who you're benching of the two. I got one J.K. vote. I got one Mason vote to bench one of those guys. I got to bench Mason. We got 2 Masons benches. 3 Masons. Bench J.K. Mason. Mason has a tough matchup. Mason. Probably J.K. Mason. J.K. Mason. I'm going to start Mason. I'm going to bench J.K., but the chat is clearly benching Mason. Nick, you've got my answer. You've also got a massive amount of people saying to bench Mason. So J.K. is the chat's answer to start. My answer is go start Mason and bench J.K., but you're not benching Achane. That's just unacceptable. 4-1 and went to put a stranglehold on my league.
Okay.
Who should I trade for? Jaden Daniels, Kyren, Chuba, Mason, Godwin, Amon-Ra St. Brown, DK, Laporta. I'll be honest with you, I really like your team. I'm not getting rid of Chase Brown. I like Godwin. I like DK. I like Laporta. I love JD5. I love Kyren. The only part there's an opportunity is Chuba and Mason for like one player. Chuba Mason for Gibbs. Chuba Mason for Achane. Chuba Mason for something. That's the only move, bro. That's the only move to make. Or you could go Godwin and Mason for like Lamb and something. I could do that, but it'd have to be for something. It'd have to be significant. Thank you for the super chat. All right, Denny, anything else, bro? Denny, anything else, Denny?
I'm telling you right now, no, I'm right here. My neighbor was just coming around. He's like, really? You want this? No.
Anything else, Denny?
Jameson.
Jameson Williams. You like him, huh?
Yeah, I do.
I
still love it.
I got a request for you to sing. So we get that. Like every time you're on the phone line, somebody asks you to sing a song. So I'm going to ask the chat for a song that you would like sung and the player you would like it sung about. And then we'll ask Denny if he can perform. So I'm going to go ahead and if you guys don't mind, I'll nominate Achane. Devon Achane. Can I get a song so that this masterful songbird of our generation, Denny, can concoct a song around Achane? A very popular, famous song as he's getting his mic ready and he's fumbling around all over the place. Can I get a song,
no, that's
please?
Somebody else. That's somebody else.
Oh, maybe that's Wild Bill. Wild Bill, mute yourself if you could, please. Or not Wild Bill. Will from the Bay. Will, mute yourself at the sounds of the Bay are just too loud for us. Let's see here. Someone wants you to incorporate J-Mo in as well. So Achane and J-Mo. I need a song. No one's giving me a song name. I've got nobody.
Ready?
Yeah, hold on. We need. Okay, go ahead. Just once you.
Let me go in.
Wing it. Okay, go ahead.
People are talking about J-Mo and people are talking. Now, people are talking about J-Mo and Debo.
Achane.
Oh, Achane. I know it. Achane, and they get too many first round bounds. Not that I swear, Daddy is now my older brother's beating me up right now. Debo was talking about Debo.
Achane
gets too many first downs.
Here, Denny, maybe this will make it easier. Somebody's requesting La Bamba. Can you do it in the form of La Bamba? Go.
La Bamba. Una porta na gracia. Una porta na gracia. La riva, la riva.
You got to incorporate J-Mo and Achane, though. Here, let me give you one more try. How about... Okay, go ahead.
J-Mo. I got to get the ball to J-Mo. He's the raver. Oh, he's the man. You gotta watch out for Monty's son. Watch out for Monty's son. Watch out for Monty's son. He is better than Gibbsy. I know that Smitty loves Gibbsy, but they say, hey, Monty's the man. Monty's the man.
That's good, Denny. Denny, excellent job. Excellent job.
Thanks.
Unbelievable. All right.
No, but Smitty is no. Monty is Gibbs. Gibbs Monty.
Okay.
Can we agree on that?
No. No, we
Because I
can't.
know we.
No, we can't.
Why can't we?
Because I'd rather have Gibbs over Monty by a lot, but that's okay. Look, it's not a knock on Monty at all. They both can absolutely coexist. They did it last year. All right, hey, I appreciate that. Can I get one more something with a goodbye? Do you know a song Goodbye? Closing time, something like that with the.
Closing time. One more call for Aaron Rodgers to finish your whiskey or beer. His closing
hold on,
time.
Denny, hold on.
I know he got Deontay Adams, but he ain't gonna be there. I know.
Hold on, Denny.
Gonna.
Denny, hold on. Let me play this. I think I can get a little closing time. Where'd my pick go? I don't know if this is tuned. I don't know if this is tuned.
Ooh. All you need is two. This is how he fell in love with this Vince Smitty. Vince Smitty fell in love with him because of this.
I don't know that this is tuned, and I don't have my tuner in front of me, so hold on.
What do you got? I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, it's not tuned. Damn it. Do I have a tuner?
All right, let it roll.
Hold on. Can I do a tune online? I can't do it by ear anymore. Tune.
Yeah, tune it. Tune it up.
Let's see if I can get.
Give me a chord.
Okay.
All right. Get it.
Okay, hold on.
Get it. The more you tune it, the worse you are. Come on. Don't let me down. Oh, my brother used to do this. Oh, it was just all around the dinner table, and he'd never play a song. Awful. Come on, play. Get it.
Okay. Think we're good. So closing time.
Okay.
No, it's not tuned.
Up straight. Nice.
No, it's not tuned.
Closing time. One more time for Aaron Rodgers. So finish.
Hold on. I got to tune this guitar. Hold on, Denny. Hold on. Shh. Okay, we got E. Okay. We got A done. A's good.
A's good. All right. A's good, guys. While you're doing it.
Okay, we're good.
This is good. Let's do it on do it on one. Two.
Smitty, I got a tuned electric guitar right here if you want to hear the, difference.
Okay, I think we're good. Okay, hold on. Hold on, while Bill, stop trying to steal the show. Okay. God, it's still bad.
Are you ready?
It's not right. It's not right.
I say. Hanging in there,
Smitty, I could do all the strings if you want to hear the difference.
Okay, so I think I got it right here, right? Okay, I think we're good. All right, ready? Denny.
All right, let's rip.
Wait, no. Go, Denny. Closing.
I'm gonna start having Rogers for one last week. I've been so screwed by him that I know I shouldn't even speak. Should I start talking to Rogers? Should I start confessing to Rogers? No, darling. Smitty is a badass, so let's finish your whiskey or beer.
Closing time. Denny doesn't know how to sing a song anymore.
What? I know who I'm gonna stop next week. I know.
Come on, Denny. You're falling behind.
Oh, I know who I'm gonna stop next week. I know who I'm gonna stop next week. Kirk Cousins.
Here, follow, Denny, follow along. Ready? Achane time. He doesn't have to go.
Whiskey up there.
Achane time. Come on.
Really fucking mail is the worst.
Achane.
Drake May is the worst quarterback. Drake May is the worst quarterback.
Go, 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 go. I can't. Denny ain't doing it. Well, Bill, can you sing?
Hey, what about Bill?
Or Bill from the Bay. I keep calling Wild Bill. I don't. Bill, can you sing?
Give me another shot. Smitty, give me another
Denny,
shot.
you're done. Denny, I sat you. You're benched. You're benched. Maybe you're backup vocalist. Back up from the phone. Bill, Will, can you sing? Or can we get? Okay, hold on. Ready?
Ain't no doubt about it.
Ready? Closing time. I'll go slow for you. No more. Closing time. No more. I think we need rock out. I think we need rock out. I think we need rock out. I think we need someone that can carry a tune with this thing.
Get it, rock out.
Rock out, dial in. Let's see if rock out can save this show. Because
rock out, rabbit. Smitty, get that guitar back. Smitty's not bad. Smitty, get that guitar back.
Bijan time. He doesn't have to go home, but he cannot stay in my lineup. If he doesn't get going. Rock out, where are you at?
Rock out.
Denny doesn't want to go home. Can we get somebody that can carry a beat while I'm playing this thing?
Do it. Ready?
Where's Rock Out?
Ready?
Rock Out, where are you at?
No, I got you.
I'm gonna use my
Please don't step without Tua Tunga Vailoa in the lineup.
I'm gonna use this cap as a pick.
Danny dying. He's gonna be because Malik Nabers is back here. Danny dying. He is just because Malik Nabers is back here.
Who would want to take Denny home? I know this one. I know who would want to take Mrs. Denny home. Denny's new papa wants to take Denny's mama home. Take her home.
Ready? I know who.
Denny's got a new papa, he does. Denny's got a new papa, he does. Denny's got a new papa, he does. He's got a new papa.
I know who I want to buy that Pat Holmes. I know who I want to buy Pat Holmes. I want to buy low on Pat Holmes.
I like that. Let's try it. I want to buy Patrick Mahomes low. I want to buy Patrick Mahomes low. I want to buy Patrick Mahomes low. Buy Patty Mahomes low.
Patrick. Patrick, I won't. I thought that was beautiful. Hey, you have the voice of the angel.
All right. On that note,
Ready to talk to all those people. No. Please, don't put that guitar away, Smitty. Take it back up, baby. I want to buy low on Patrick Mahomes. I want to buy low on Patrick.
I want to buy low on Patty Mahomes. Danny's got a new papa he loves so much.
The best show of all time.
Maybe $50 hollers I'll send. All right, hold on. Hang tight real quick. We got Chase Brown. We got a selfish question by Brandon in the middle of a concert. Chase Brown or Addison? I'm going Chase Brown. Thank you for the super chat. Best channel. Thank you, that boy. Appreciate you. Start Love or Burrow, Mason or Bigsby. I'm gonna go Mason and I'm gonna go Love, but Love and Burrow is a tough call. And then we got Rolando, 10 PPR. 2 and 4 started. Sutton and JT is out. Let's see here. Started Sutton. That's rough. What can I trade to improve my team? Waddle. Oh, I already did this one, I think. Waddle and Chase Brown. Yeah. I'm trading Waddle and Chase Brown. I'm trying to get maybe Ferguson or Pitts, one of those two with Waddle or Chase Brown. You're trying to buy on a Gibbs. You're trying to buy on a Tyreek Hill. You're trying to get one of those guys in the house. And Michael with a $5 hauler. Appreciate you, Michael. Pick 4. Need 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. You're going to go Achane and Hunt, Amon-Ra, Dell, Devontae Smith. One running back is Achane. Your 2 wide receivers are Amon-Ra and Dell. Your 2 flexes are Devontae Smith and Hunt. Pretty easy call there. Promo code Smitty. That's right. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. And the final super chat here, at least on the docket, is 2 and 3. Is there a world where a trade Tyreek or no? Wide receiver CD Reek. I don't think I'm trading Tyreek till he has a game, bro. I'm waiting. And Connor and maybe like Amari for a player like Tyreek, a down and out player, or you go after a JT and you take a swing. You go get Gibbs or Achane or someone of that caliber. You got Achane already. Of that caliber, keep Laporta and keep Josh Allen. And why is Rock Out not calling in? We got a song request. Adam Sandler, Hanukkah. I don't know I love fantasy.
I'm
football.
on it.
Fantasy football. I love fantasy football. Starting Patrick Mahomes. I love fantasy football. Smells like Teen Spirit. I don't know how to. I haven't played guitar in a while. I used to know how to play all these songs. I don't even know how to tune it anymore. It's been like 8 years since I tuned it, and I forgot how to tune the guitar. I was embarrassed.
Sounds right.
Closing time. Danny doesn't know how to sing a mother flipping song. He's got a new papa. His mama's dating a new man, and she's 80 years old in the home. Danny loves his new papa, he does. Danny loves his new papa, he does. Danny loves his new papa, he does. Patrick Mahomes by him low.
So low.
All right, I'm out of here. I think we've got a Tyler super chat. Actually, I'm not out of here yet. How many people we got in the building right now? 471 people. We probably had about 30 or 40 left once the concert started, but that's okay. Hit the thumb up button. Hit the thumb up button. Do it live. Adam Smitty Sandler. All right, Will, did you have anything? Will, while I got you on the phone.
I wanted to see what you thought about my team here in week 7.
Okay, go ahead.
I got Purdy, Achane, DeAndre Swift, Malik Nabers, Garrett Wilson, George Kittle, Marvin Harrison. And then on my bench, I have Nick Chubb.
Purdy, Achane. Say it again. Is this Wild Bill?
No, this is Will from the Bay.
Okay. All right, go ahead, bro. Purdy, Achane.
Purdy, Achane, Swift, Nabers, Wilson, Kittle, Marvin Harrison Jr., and I have Nick Chubb on the bench.
Nabers, Wilson, Kittle. I'm sorry. Purdy. MHJ. So MHJ, Wilson, Nabers, Kittle, Swift, Achane, Purdy. It's a good.
Nick Chubb too.
And Nick Chubb. It's good. It's a good team. I mean, it's a good team. Like what do I try and do? I mean, honestly, bro, I'm getting Lamb using Swift and Wilson. I'm getting Lamb using MHJ and Swift. I'm trying to trade Swift to get Lamb somehow. Trying to trade Swift to get JJ somehow, to get a player like that. Tyreek Hill even, using Swift to get Tyreek Hill and a player. You might have to, I don't know if Swift can get Tyreek Hill straight up or not. It depends on your situation. But if you get rid of Swift, then you're in trouble at RB, so you almost got to go after. What about Swift for JT injured, something like that? I definitely take advantage of the Swift situation.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't start in the first couple weeks, and
yeah,
now he's doing good. I feel like I want to keep starting him, but that would be good. Yeah,
I don't mind that. I don't mind starting him either, but I think I get rid of him on the high, and if I'm wrong and he doesn't tail off, you're buying a great player and you're breaking even.
Yep.
All right, MHJ, IU.
What do you think of the team, though? What do you think of the team?
I think it's good. I think it could it win. It could. I mean, you'd have to have Wilson continue. You'd have to have MHJ go nuts. Both these things could happen. Kittle continue to do well. Nabers will be fine. Achane, I think, will be fine. Purdy's good. It's a good team. I think it's definitely the kind of team that could win it all. Do I think you're the best team? No, but not the best team doesn't always win.
Right.
It's certainly in the mix. All right. Later, Will. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for the guitar helping with the tuning. All right. Corey, you're live.
What's up, Smitty? I just need one tight end and one flex. Trey McBride, Travis Kelce, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Smith, and Aaron Jones. And Jaden Reed.
Say them all one more time.
Trey McBride, Travis Kelce,
screwed.
Josh Jacobs, Aaron
Screwed.
Jones,
Denny, stop.
Jaden Reed, and Devontae Smith.
Those are you need one tight end and one flex.
Yeah.
You got to make a trade, bro, because you just have too many players. I mean, Kelsey and McBride. That's tough. How do you make that decision? I mean,
Kelsey has his bye week already by, so that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in terms of like a trade, yeah, but you got to make a trade.
Yeah. Currently, I have both tight ends starting.
I mean, I'd probably put Reed in. But you got to make a trade. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm just guessing at that point. You got too many even Steven calls. Devontae Smith, Reed, Kelsey, McBride. What?
And Josh Jacobs.
And yeah, but I mean, I don't think he
Don't put me on.
All right, I gotta go soon here, so I don't know. Chat, can you vote on that one, please? Can you please vote on that one? Hey, Denny, do you know this song? Denny, I think this was one you could probably sing. Can you do it today? Today is. Can I get an Achane? Okay, ready? I want today is the day that Achane's gonna explode, or something like that. Ready? Go.
Yeah. Today is the Achane that he is gonna be a show. Today is the Achane. He's gonna explode that down my head. Now you're gonna get all Achane. He ain't gonna do nothing unless Q is back. He ain't gonna do.
How about this one? How about this one? How about this one?
Want to?
Huh?
Want to?
I can't play at this angle.
Oh, that one there. That one's tight, man. Well, you doing that? That was nice.
Ready?
What's the name of that?
It's Bush. Glycerine.
Oh.
Must be your skin. I'm sinking in. Must be for real. Now I can feel. All right, ready? I want you to hit it from the top. Ready?
All right, let's get it. Must be your skin. I'm sinking in. I know that. Aaron Rodgers sucks. He ain't gonna get
Denny,
it in.
I don't think I thought you could carry a tune.
Can we try it again?
One more time, Denny. This is it.
Okay. Must be your skin. I'm sinking in. You got to blah. My blah. Smitty is my boy, and everyone knows there ain't no choice. Smitty called it out, not in range. He kicked it 40 victory.
Must be Denny's new papa.
New papa.
Denny's got a new papa.
I want to.
Must be Denny's lineup that's sinking in. Where's Rock Out? Where's Rock Out? I need Rock. That Rock Out probably doesn't know that song though.
You know what? Can we start it from the top again?
Okay, ready? As soon as I start playing. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go, and you go. Must be your. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
It must be this skin. I'm thinking it. You got blasted. I'm blasted. You my time. You my time.
Denny, you're
Son
fired.
of it, I have.
You're fired, Denny. I think your only tune you can do is. Today is the day that Danny doesn't. Like that. It's simple. Ready? Go. Go. Today.
Today is the greatest day I ever known. Today is the greatest day I ever known. I know, yeah.
Today
it
All right.
must be your skin that I'm thinking in.
Go fast.
Today is the greatest day I ever known. I bet on Duke minus 2.5.
What
I
other
got
songs do I know?
so.
Here, I'll just play to you, Denny. Go. Just sing.
Today is the greatest bet I ever made.
Bet you ever made.
On WNBA, I bet on Liberty minus 2.5.
All right, Denny.
I can't buy the LA Dodgers.
Can you imagine our parents walking in on this old band? You know, your mom coming in on the walker with your new papa, and they're like, "What are you doing in the garage? We're starting a band, Ma."
I joined the Marines when I was 17. I love watching when people get screwed up on that fake stuff. But Smitty, right? I had a drum set, okay? And I knew it. Watching is scared. I'm thinking it. Son, not my time.
All right, I gotta go. This isn't doing anything. All right, hey Denny, appreciate you, bro. Have a good one, Denny. Everybody, Denny on the way out. Later, Denny. Someone called Denny an Uber home. Someone called Denny an Uber home. Someone called Denny an Uber home. Home. What a vibe. Thank you. Appreciate you. MHJ or Ayuk, Reed or Dobbins. I'm going to go Reed, and I'm going to go probably Ayuk for safety. MHJ, high risk, high reward. But that's a pretty close one. Guy with JJ wants Nabers in Dynasty. Look, that's really even. I'd probably rather have JJ over Nabers in Dynasty just by a hair, but those are both really good, bro. They're both fantastic. Probably neck and neck. Something, but I don't want to overpay. The thoughts obviously wants Nabers and something. I don't know that I would say that. Like, he wants Nabers, bro. I wouldn't give him anything else. I'd say, you know what? I'll take Nabers. If he wants Nabers for JJ, he's got to do it straight up. Give Tyreek and Amari for Gibbs and T. Higgins. I would say give Tyreek and Amari for Gibbs and T. Higgins. Give me Gibbs and T. Higgins. Arguable, but give me Gibbs and T. Higgins. Need to sit one. Tyreek, Devontae, MHJ, Mixon, Monty, Hubbard. I like the matchup for Hubbard, so I'm torn. Need to sit one. MHJ, Mixon, Monty, Hubbard. I'm probably going to go... God, that's really tough. I'd probably say of this group, you've got to almost sit Tyreek. Just because, like even if he was to have a 120-yard game and no touchdowns, you didn't know if he was going to do it, without a quarterback. So I'd say sit Tyreek this week. But once Tua's back, he's the number one, maybe overall option on that squad. Thank you for the super chat. All right, anything else, my broskies? Denny, you called back. You need anything else?
I love you. Smitty.
All right, bro.
Smitty, I love you. Thanks for being my friend.
Thank you, Denny. Appreciate it. Let's push the bunk beds together and do another jam session sometime soon. All right, later, bro. Appreciate you. Evil laugh on the way out the door. All right, closing time. Appreciate you all. Closing time. Mahomes doesn't have to leave my lineup, no. Closing time. Danny can't sing worth a crap, but he's got a new papa. I know who. Ethan the negative, you got 10 seconds. Go.
Smitty, I flux capacitor the gigawatt, and you know who's more prepared to be Ray Davis than Ray Davis?
James Cook?
Tyler Algier. Yes. He's more prepared to be Ray Davis than Ray Davis.
Finish him. Call terminated.
Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday, live when big news breaks. See you all later tonight.